10 seconds until 7. Should we just start? Should we just start? Well, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock now, so. Hi. It's Rob. Order 42. Doing the thing. We're doing it here. We're doing it live. And I have pants on. So. Sorry. I don't know. How's it going? Did everybody have a good Thanksgiving and a good Black Friday and Cyber Monday? I mean, what is this? What is this, Ricky? What is this, YouTube? What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll do. Do we need to do that now? Do we need to do that now?
You better watch out.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey.
You better watch out. 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 He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out. He's gonna find out. He's gonna find out. He's gonna find out. He's gonna find out.
You can help save the lives of children like
with the ads. No, no, stop it. Just stop it. Just stop with your ads, YouTube. Nobody wants ads. Does anybody want ads? I don't think anybody wants ads. But I mean, that's how they pay the bills, I guess. That and shut down well-established channels. Anyway, how's everybody doing? First up, look, Ricky. Ricky came in hot. He came in hot, and he came in fast, and he came in first. But anyway, and then Cosma, and then look, it's all that thing. It's all those things. That one thing. You're done with turkey by Saturday. I mean, hey, look. I don't know about you, but I love me a turkey sandwich. I do. Unfortunately, we didn't really do a traditional Thanksgiving here. So all of our leftovers were like sandwich things. And we ate all that. So, but how was your Thanksgiving? Was it good? Did you eat things? Did you buy things? Like, we're going to go over, look, I only have 2 things that I bought. One of them is quite, look, I'm just going to say it. It's quite substantial. And I didn't know I was going to do it. But it happened, and I got to say, it's awesome. But there's 2 other orders that are in transit. Actually, one of them is in transit, and the other one is... No, both of them are in transit. And then I have a pre-order, like Ricky, that was supposed to come today, and it still says arriving today, and yet it hasn't shipped yet. So, yeah. That's what it looks. Oh, you can't even see that. It says arriving today, though. It says arriving today. Yeah, it says arriving today, and yet it hadn't shipped yet. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So there you go. There you go. There you go. That's the thing. That's the thing. But anyway, yeah. How'd it go? How'd it go? Do the thing. Good evening, players. Ninjinzu is here. Welcome. And we've also got, let's see, who else we got? I mean, look, that one thing, that one thong with the thing. Thing with the thong. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. And Ninjinzu brought up a great point that Fallout Season 2 is coming out this month. So that's a thing. That's an important thing, So there you go. There you go. I just sold things, didn't buy anything. That's understandable. That's understandable. Your new vape says ohms too high out of nowhere. Something's not screwed down right. Something's wrong. You forgot to set the clock for your vape. I mean, that's possible. Honey baked ham, smoked turkey slices, and homemade potato au gratin, stuffing, homemade cranberry sauce. Dude, that sounds pretty good. I'm a very simple guy when it comes to Thanksgiving. Turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing or dressing, and gravy. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's it. So, there you go. Should I be worried about it saying my ohms changed out of nowhere? Is it a tank? Or is it something that you built? Because if it's something you built, yeah, you might want to check into that. There might be some metal flying around in there. Okay? That's worrisome to me. But other than that, if it's just a tank with a coil, like a pre-built coil, something's not screwed down properly or something. I don't know. But that is kind of concerning. I mean, I'm using this guy right now, so that's it. There's not much to it. There's no finagling. I mean, if this doesn't work, I just change the coil out, you know what I mean? But this is really nice for just, not a whole lot of vapor. One of the things that I did order is more liquid, because I'm out of liquid. Well, I mean, I say I'm out. I'm not really out, but I'm out of new stuff that we can try on the show. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. What is this? What is this? Translate. I'm not sure what you need help with, but hey, welcome to the stream. I don't know what you need. It's my Zootopia pre-done coils, but I guess I'll open it. It's the same Blaze Max giant one that happened to me before, and I thought it was my coils. It could be, but it could be something inside. Like if you snip the wires and maybe there's a little piece of wire in there, it can throw off the ohms, which is not good. So might want to check it out. Yeah. Or there may just be something wrong with the coils, in which case you just have to, rip out the coils and put new ones in. But make sure, clean it out. Make sure there's no little, because a lot of times those pre-made coils, there's those little bitty tiny pieces of metal that can throw off the ohm load. So that's the thing. Happens. And a lot of times you can just rip out the cotton, rinse it under water, dry it off, shake it off, a little bit of Taylor Swift action, shake it off, put it back on, and dry fire it and see if you still get that same ohm problem. But there you go. I mean, that's without seeing it myself, it's kind of hard to, Anyway. Yeah, look, hey, there's a poll, and it's are there any movies that you're looking forward to this month? I mean, these are not the only 3 movies, of course, coming out this month, but these are the 3 that I'm very excited to see. And you might be saying, Dust Bunny, I've never heard of that. I didn't hear about it until yesterday. I saw the trailer and was like, whoa, okay, I don't know what's going on, but it's Mads Mikkelsen, it's Sigourney Weaver, it's David Dastmalchian. It looks interesting. So maybe check it out. In fact, maybe I should have posted it in the trailer section. I didn't, but hey, you should check it out. It's definitely an interesting. It's interesting. I don't know. A monster under the bed, but Mads Mikkelsen's gonna take out a bunch of bad guys. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it looks interesting. So it comes out next week. So there you go. Just the movies I got from Fanflix, 10 for $10, and Showzama. That was a great deal. Unfortunately, I owned like the ones that I wanted. I'd already owned like 3 of them, and I was like, I don't need to set up a new account with a new place and blah blah blah. I just didn't do it. but it's a very good deal. Very good deal. My Hammer of God says it's 0.22, but the new one said 1.86, then jumped to 2.55 and wouldn't fire, but works fine on my Hammer of God. Well, then I think that's your answer. Maybe it's the new mod. Maybe the new mod is just funky. It's possible. Most likely though, there's something in there that's not right. Something's not right. Next year I want to make a turkey dinner burrito. You know what? I saw something, because I do watch some cooking stuff. You know? I don't know about you, but I like cooking videos. I like Babish, and I like Sam the cooking guy. I like those guys. I like watching them. And there's a couple of others that I will randomly watch, but those two I'm actually subscribed to. One of them I think did some sort of breakfast or some sort of Thanksgiving leftovers burrito, and it looked awesome. It looked awesome. So, hey, I'm down for that, you know? And welcome, Bucho. Good to see you, sir. A good day also to you splendid mofos in the Chattertron 2000. That's right. And I'll be right with you after I just take a couple moments to go over here to smash that like. Hey, Bucho, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm sure that helps something. But I thank you anyway. You know, if you hit the like button, hey, it shows me that you like it. Even though it just started and you don't know if you're going to like it. You might not like what I have to say. But there you go. Good to see you. Sam the cooking guy. Yes. I really enjoy. In fact, I saw like 2 or 3 videos in a row and was like, okay, I guess I'm watching all of his videos. And that's what I did. I started at the beginning and watched every single Sam the cooking guy video. And it was just, they were fun to watch. I really enjoy them. I did that with Beard Meats Food. I mean, that's not really cooking. That's just eating challenges, but I just like Beard Meats Food. But also, I did that with the Y-Files. I watched a couple of Y-Files episodes and was like, hey, I like this channel. I'm going to watch all of it. So I did. And you should too. If you want. I mean, I'm not your dad. Or I'm not related to you at all. Other than, hey, I'm this guy that you sometimes come and see on the YouTube channel. But yeah, if you want to, yeah, you should totally watch them. They're fun to watch. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but in the Discord, I posted an Ask Me Anything that, what's his face from Y-Files? What's his name? AJ. That AJ did over on Reddit. It was actually really, like, it was really interesting to read his responses to what people had to say. Especially how, like, he's really skeptical when it comes to almost anything. And that's why he does the videos the way that he does them, is that he wants to lure you in with, hey, this is the amazing story or whatever. And then at the end, he'll go, okay, now let's break it down and see why this might not be true. And I really love that, that style of video. You know, the fact that he, you know, takes the time to present it in a way that makes you go, wow, this is really kind of crazy. And then go, okay, let's just everybody cool their jets for a second and let's break it down. I love the Y-Files. I think they're great. So, ow, dang. Freaking knee just popped. So anyway, let's see. What, since the last we spoke, I did the Thanksgiving thing. I went to my family's side. We did the Thanksgiving thing there. I came home. My wife's family was here. We had sort of a, like I said, it was very non-traditional. And then we the girls got up in the morning. They went Black Friday shopping, as you do, 5 o'clock in the morning. They did that, and then they came home and we packed up and we drove to Amarillo. Now, I don't have any pictures picked out, but maybe I'll find a couple that make you go, huh, that's pretty cool. This, wait a minute, where it is? There it is. So this is a panorama that I did It's called the Lighthouse Trail. And what the Lighthouse Trail is, it's about 6 miles altogether, 6.5 miles altogether. But what happened was you get to a certain point and then it just goes it's almost like a 60-degree, and you're climbing up rocks and stuff. And I basically ran up the thing. And it was like mid 40s, degrees. So it was a little chilly, but it wasn't like super cold. And for some reason, I was just pumped. And I pretty much ran up it. I really enjoyed this. It was really, really cool. Let's see. There's a picture that I took from let me see. Does it have the person on there? Wait, I don't see the person. Okay. So this is on this ledge. See the on the left-hand side, it kind of looks like this ledge. Let me see if I have another picture of that. Don't really have a good picture of that. But basically, you had to kind of get up there, It wasn't easy to get up there. But it was one point where it was kind of scary. I felt like I was going to fall off this thing. But at one point, let me see if I can find the picture of me looking majestic AF. Oh, it's really not that high up. But I ran up this hill thing. And what's funny is, when you start, you see those two little spires sticking up? That's where we went. That's where we hiked to. So that picture that I first showed you, that's what it looks like when you get up close to it. So what happens is you go up to this thing and then there's a ledge. Anyway, that's what we did. And as we got up there, the cold front hit and the wind picked up. And it was kind of scary because it was like, okay, number one, I'm cold. I'm really cold. Like all of a sudden cold. Like put all the stuff on. It's cold. But then also, man, it got cold quick. So we went back to the car, and we were planning on hiking the next morning, doing a different hike in that same, it's Palo Duro Canyon in Amarillo. We were going to do another hike, but it got down to 19. So no, we did not do that. But it was really, really fun. There was, again, here's just a couple of pictures. Yeah, I mean, Palo Duro Canyon is the largest canyon other than the Grand Canyon in the United States. It's the deepest canyon, which was kind of cool. And I didn't really take much video because what's weird is when you're there, it's just kind of like, okay, I could do like a pan, or I didn't do video, and it was kind of cold. I didn't want to do that, but it was fun. And that's what we did. We came back Sunday afternoon. It's about a 5.5 hour drive. And yeah, April and I have just been hanging out because today is my wife's birthday. So that's what we did. And it was fun. And yes. So there you go. Yeah, Babish too. Yeah, they're great. I love them both. And in fact, Babish has 2 channels now, and I'm subscribed to both of those. Beard Meets Food has 2 channels. Subscribe to both of those. So there you go. Greetings, everyone. Samuel, welcome. Good to see you, sir. It's good to see you back. You know what I mean? Good to see you back. Let's see. A bunch of howdies and greetings. Y-Files are great. Wish I had the time to catch them all. Well, Grim Raider, that's the greatest thing about YouTube, right? Is that whenever you want, you can go watch another. And that's the thing. I probably shouldn't have just binged everything. Be nice to be like, you know what? I'm in the mood for a Y-Files episode. And now I could go and I could just watch one I hadn't watched. But no, I watched them all. So there's not one that I haven't seen. So yeah. The Wildfowls episode about the solar flares freaked me out. There's a lot of them. A lot of the videos have kind of freaked me out. In fact, I can't remember which one he mentioned, but he mentioned 2 or 3 different episodes that kind of got to him. And he's like, these are the ones that scare me the most. So, I mean, look, there's some things. There's some things out there that are very spooky and scary, and there's nothing we can do about them. The universe is a place that does not care about our feelings and does not care whether we live or die, because that's the universe. The universe will do what the universe will do, and we're not part of that plan. You know, and the only reason we've survived as long as we have is because our lives are so short that we can't see the grand scheme. You know, 10,000, 20,000 years in either direction, you're going to have very, very large disasters. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like, that is scary, but you know what? Why worry? You know, why worry about it? There's nothing you can do about it. Why worry? So yeah, I mean, you can prepare and all those things if you want. You know, you can get the cans of soup and the MREs and all that stuff and prepare for it, or you can just live your life and do the best you can, like the rest of us, like most of us. Most of us do that. I mean, yeah, you can prep for all kinds of things. There are so many ways for us to die. You know, it's just a thing. It's part of it. It's part of life. Merry Christmas, everybody. Anyway, Rachel, welcome, Rachel. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while since you've been on the stream. Good to see you. I appreciate AJ stop. Okay, everything just updated and now it's not working. Hey. I appreciate AJ style too. He understands the way certain types of stories can be so thrillingly seductive, even to smart people, that they can blind, short circuit our critical faculties. That's true. So he doesn't deliver his breakdowns in a way that makes people feel dumb for being seduced by them. That's very important, because there's been so many things where it's like, what? I mean, how many times, dude, I can tell you, I can count on all of our hands how many times someone has fooled me with something. You know, hey, did you know that blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, really? They're like, no, you idiot. It's not true. And I'm like, oh. But it's a thing. It's a thing. I get fooled all the time. And see, here's the thing. And this is, I think, the most important thing. Maybe the most important thing that we can all take in our lives day to day, right? I think it's okay to be wrong. Being wrong means you are going to learn something. And that's always a good thing. You know, enlightenment is always a good thing. Enlightenment comes from failure. Enlightenment comes from being duped. Enlightenment comes from making the mistake. It's what you do after the mistake. That's what's important. You learn from the mistake. You learn from being wrong. And that's okay. Everyone's wrong. All the time. There's so many times we're wrong. Hey, I think you shortchanged me. No, I didn't. It's right there. This is how much change. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. Sorry. Appreciate it. Bye. Happens all the time. That right there is a simple thing. Oh, I was wrong. But it could be, hey, I was wrong about whatever. I want to say things. But you know what I mean? There's so many things that we can be wrong about. And it's okay. It's okay. And it's okay to change our minds. When we get new data, it's okay to reformulate an opinion based on new data. That's how we all move forward collectively. Is that if we all make okay. So you're telling me, wait a minute. You're telling me that even though this is not risk-free, this is at least 95% safer than smoking? Wait a minute. I was told that there's, bugs in this. I was told there was, you can get popcorn lung from this. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Not true. Plenty of scientific data shows that no, that's not true. Oh, okay. then we can change our opinion and we can go, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't just hand these to children, but maybe we should allow smokers to make a safer choice. Whoa, what a concept. Anyway, I'm not gonna rant and rave. That's not what this stream's about. This stream's about us. You know, we're chilling. We're having conversations. And most of the time, we're having conversations about movies and stuff. Sometimes video games. There may be a video game that we want to talk about. By the way, Metroid Prime 4. I am excited. Naysayers be gone. I don't care. I look at it, I go, I want to play that. I want to play that. Happy birthday. But yes, happy birthday to April. She is, she's quite a woman. And literally, quite literally, my best friend. So, happy birthday. And she said, I said, hey, is there something that you want to do tonight? You want to hang out? You want to do something? You want to watch a movie? Do you want to watch whatever? I won't. And she was like, I think I'm just going to do this. And I'm like, are you sure? Because if you're going to do that, then I'm going to go ahead and stream. And she's like, oh, go ahead and stream. So you know what she's doing? She's in there just sitting in front of the fire. Yeah. She made fire. And I'm sure she's probably, planning some creative thing, because that's what that lady does. Creative stuff. So there you go. Gonna watch some Stranger Things episodes, then I'll be back. Hey, okay. I mean, I understand. Even though, you could watch it after the stream. But hey, you do the thing. I'm just kidding. You guys do what you want. You come and go as you please. There is no, hey, you're in the door. Okay. Sit down and you're not moving for 3 hours. You're not moving. You're sitting there. You are sitting right there. No, sit your butt down. You're already in the door. You can't leave. You can't no. You guys do whatever you need to do. You guys want to come in and hang out for 3 hours? Cool. You want to come in and hang out for 15 minutes? Cool. I appreciate you being here. Any minutes you decide to be here, I appreciate it. So there you go. Sage advice. I'm not sure what advice I said, but I'm sure it was really thought-provoking and real. I don't know what it was. But I appreciate you saying that. I mean, I just try to, I think that's the problem with a lot of the world today. We don't think critically anymore. We're not taught in school. We're not taught how to think critically. We're taught what to think, not how to think. And I think that's important. So anybody that tries to tell you what to think, you might want to question it a little bit. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm saying, hey, vaping is 95% safer than smoking. At least 95% safer. And you know what it is? It's your job. If you're that interested and you're like, I don't know about that, go do your research. Come back to me and go, well, this place says blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, all right, let's look at the data. But that's really, hey, that's what we're here to learn. We're here to learn. We're here to get better every day, learn something new every day, whatever, teach your children things so we can, make them rise up and be part of whatever, the government, if they want to. A well-rounded classical education. That's what we need. We need to get back to that. Anyway, last time I mentioned SLC Punk 2, MGK, sorry for the confusion. Also watched Barry Lyndon. I liked it. Well, Samuel, that's good. I'm glad that you liked it. It's one of those movies that I can understand when someone says this movie leaves me completely cold and there's very little substance to it. But it's pretty, man. That movie is gorgeous, and I need to get it in 4K eventually because I want to study that movie. So, there you go. Where is old Wraith? Rachel, I'm not sure. But usually he gets on quite quite close to the end, if he gets on at all. I mean, sometimes there's weeks where, Wraith may be busy doing stuff, and that's his right as a fellow American. How's that coil look to you, Rob? In Vape Nation. Let me see. Well, I mean, it looks fine. But again, the problem is when you do the snips, when you put it in there, you cut your leads so you can fit them in the things and you screw them down, right? Sometimes one of those little tiny slivers of wire, of wrap, can get inside the what do you call it? The chamber. The juice well, I guess. So, like, for example, oh my gosh, these freaking O-rings are tight. So, like, here's just an example. Here's an older RDA. So what happens sometimes is that when you snip your leads, one of those tiny little threads can get down in the bottom, and what that will do is it will throw off the ohm load, because it's basically the whole juice deck is a negative to the positive post, right? And you can tell the positive post because there's an insulator typically around the positive post or posts. And in this case, it's hard to see. You can see it in there though. You can see the peak insulator at the bottom. It kind of splits. Well, come on now. You can see it in there. So that positive post is insulated from the rest of the deck, and the rest of the deck is the negative. So if there is a piece of that coil, little piece of wire in that juice well, it can throw off the readings because it's reading it as part of the negative, and it can really, really throw things off and possibly vent your battery. Now, what's good is that you're using regulated devices. You're not using a purely mechanical situation. Like this one, where it's literally battery to coil, right? If I had those kinds of ohm loads in this, that would mean a disastrous thing, because this basically will become a pipe bomb. That's why you have to be very, very careful. It's why you always check your ohms before you even do the wicking, because you can cause some problems. Now, on a regulated device, it should shut off if there's a problem. But the fact that it's going up and down like that, very weird. Very weird. I would be a little hesitant to even use it without tearing out that cotton, cleaning that thing out, and then visually inspecting it and seeing if there's something in there that's causing it to go all funky. But that's me. That's what I would do. I love all the Metroid Prime games. I love the first. I mean, I enjoyed playing the first one. I don't think I ever beat it. And I think I own. I don't think I own the second one. I don't think I ever played it. But I have the third one. If I'm not mistaken, I have the third one on GameCube, somewhere in this closet here, right in there, somewhere in there. I have it. I don't remember playing it. So this one, I just remember never beating the first one because it would frustrate me, and I can't remember where it frustrated me, but I was kind of like, I'm done, and I just move on to something else. I'm really excited to play this though, even if I never beat it. That's the way that I play games. If it's too many issues, I'll just move on to something else. I don't mind. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited to play it. Happy International April Day. Well, thank you, Bucho. Thank you. And Samuel, thank you for the flowers. The flowers for April. I appreciate that. I totally knew she's your BFF. I think that's the key to a good marriage. Gary's mine. Oh my God, I've always told my daughter to think for herself, and man, she sure does. I mean, that's important. It's here's the thing. This Order 42, this is an odd thing to me because I believe in most cases it's more important to listen. It's more important to listen to what people have to say, because when you listen, you learn. You learn not only, okay, are these people full of crap or are these people whatever? And you learn a lot by listening. So shutting up sometimes is the best thing to do. And that's what I think. I try, and here's my problem. One of my biggest problems is, and you might be shocked by this, but I have a bit of an ego. I think anybody that gets on YouTube and talks, a little bit of an ego there. But it's true. I have an ego, and what I have tried to do more than anything is, especially when I'm out in the world at conventions or whatever, I try to listen more than I talk. Unless I'm being asked a question, listen more. My alerts still don't work, so I don't know what that was. But thank you for being a friend. Is that a Golden Girls? It's Golden Girls, right? But thank you for whatever that was. I heard something nice. Publio Labrador has subscribed. So thank you for that subscription. And you know what's funny? So ever since we hit a what do you call it? Like a plateau. When it came to, there was like a ton of new subscribers, like a ton. And it was because of the Facebook post that Jay made about my video. Said, hey man, Rob really says a lot of truth here, and maybe go sub to him and listen to him and all that kind of stuff. Very, very nice post. But man, it shot up, and I've been doing ever since. It's been like this. It went and then it just kind of. I haven't really gained any new ones in the last month, but I don't care. I'm up so many, and I don't deserve them. I honestly don't deserve that many subscribers. I don't. For the kind of content that I do, I'm not that good. And I think that's another thing. You have to be honest with yourself. And if I'm honest with myself, I'm going to be honest with you. And honestly, I don't get it. I don't get why I got so many subscribers. I'm not doing anything that special. I mean, I appreciate the support and the views and all that. I appreciate it. But sometimes I'm like, I don't get it. But hey, sometimes that's the way it goes. Be humble too. At least try. I mean, with my stupid egotistical brain, sometimes it's difficult to be humble, but I try to put myself in check. No. A wise man knows he has much to learn. That's it. I'm with you on that. Over the last few years, this is Bucho talking, by the way. Over the last few years, I've nerded out a bunch on conspiracy psychology, read a bunch of books, listened to a bunch of interviews and talks, and over, it seems that even real smart people can fall for claims or stories which have some pretty significant holes in them. Look up Nobel disease for some fun examples. Apparently because our brains, even the brains of real smart people, don't naturally default to reason. They default to the stories that best fit our sense of ourselves and our place in our tribe or tribes, even if the bulk of the physical documented evidence suggests that story is riddled with holes. Which is why every kid should be introduced to Carl Sagan early and often. I think Carl Sagan should be mandatory. I think it should be mandatory that every kid, before they graduate 5th grade, they should watch Cosmos. Graduate, you know what I mean? Move from 5th grade to 6th grade. You got to watch Cosmos. And then 8th grade to 9th grade. And then 10th grade to 11th grade. I think you should watch Cosmos multiple times in your life because, like any great work, you will pick up new things as you go along. The more that you take in something, there are going to be things that wash over you and you don't quite get it. But then you watch it again a couple of years later, 10 years later, you will get new information. and it will feel like, oh my God, they're speaking directly to me. I don't know if anybody's felt that, but it's part of the reason why, it's why horoscopes are so, prevalent still, even though nobody's telling the future. They say things in such a vague way that you go, oh, they're talking about me. Oh, you have an important day coming up. Make sure you wear black or whatever, and you're like, okay, that could be anything. I'm going to the DMV to get my driver's license renewed. I need to wear black, apparently. You know what I mean? It's like there's so many things that could be taken. It's one of those things. You could also say sermons, speeches by political people. They try to talk to you in a generality that makes you go, "Oh my God, they're speaking to me." When really, anyway, I won't go there because this isn't a political show. No, that was a new cotton and such. I took it out and brushed it and all. So far, I didn't see anything. Well, did you check the ohms? Are the ohms better? You check the ohms without the cotton in there. Dry fire that sumbitch. Sorry for the cursing, but you dry fire it. Just check to see if it's fluctuating as you're firing it. You're looking at the screen. That's why I don't have one in here. But it's basically an ohm reader. It's on a little box, right? Screw it down, and you can see the readout. It's a big readout. And it's got a fire section and then a ohm check section. So what you do is you screw it down, you fire it a couple of times, you check the ohms. Blow it. Cool it down a little bit. The ohms will change. Go back to ohms and see what the ohms is. And as long as it's within 0.05 between being cold and hot, you're good to go. But you got to check that stuff, man. Got to make sure. Anyway, I'm just that guy. I'm that guy to double check, to triple check, all that kind of stuff. Because, I don't want to blow up. And it's not like you're going to blow up. But like I said, you're using regulated devices. You should be fine. If something is funky and something's not right, it will tell you. I just worry about it because I do have some unregulated stuff. It's basically the manual drive of the vape world. There is no safety. There's no anti-lock brakes. There's nothing to keep you on the road. This is pure manual. So that's where you really have to be careful. But anyway, Metroid Prime 3 is Wii. Okay, so it's not Wii then. I don't know what it is. I thought I had 3. Maybe I have 2. And I just never played it. I don't know. Basically, I'm a terrible gamer. Like I'm like one of the worst gamers. Like I'm that guy that will buy all the things and then let them sit there. Like I haven't turned on my Xbox in months. And I canceled when it went way up, the Game Pass from 20 to 30, I canceled it and was like, oh, well, I still have a month of Game Pass. I still never turned it on. I didn't use my Game Pass for seriously, 90% of the time that I was a Game Pass subscriber. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. It's really irresponsible, to just spend that kind of money and not, I don't know. But I did. And now I don't have Game Pass, but I have an Xbox in there that probably is, I think I own 3 games on Xbox. I probably should just trade it in or whatever. Of course, it's worth a lot more now, right? Barely used. Anybody want an Xbox Series X? Hit me up. We'll talk about it. But no, Bucho, those are some interesting things, and you're absolutely right that Carl Sagan, love me some Carl Sagan. I'm actually listening to I'm listening to Cosmos right now, read by LeVar Burton. Huh? And it's actually kind of irritating that I guess the preface is read by Seth MacFarlane. Why didn't he just read the whole book? Because his voice is so nice. I mean, a lot of people can, have a nice deep voice or whatever, but man, his voice is crystal. I mean, it's perfect. It's beautiful. And I was sitting there going, wow, I'm really like when he's just talking, it's just it's a nice voice. But he only read the preface, so it's kind of a bummer. Because you are good people, duh. When I got to hang out with you, I loved hearing you talk. I will cherish that always. Well, Rachel, I'm sorry. I talked a lot when we met, and I apologize for that. But I try to listen more than talk, especially when there's people that are, well, sometimes people are, well, I got to say it was different with, when I'm sitting there next to Billy, and in most cases they were just there to see Billy. They weren't. I was bonus. You know what I mean? I was bonus material. So I would stay quiet, just listen. It was all. I mean, again, it's one of those things. It's still weird to me that there were so many people that really idolized Billy for what he did, and it's like it's not because I don't think that he deserves it. It's just that I've known Billy since he was 16. You know what I mean? And it was always weird to experience that. But hey, it's a thing. Cryptic Mayhem, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Should every kid be introduced to Bucho? That pretty much goes without saying, am I right? Nobody can hold a pose quite like him. I mean, look, I'm not even going to touch the button yet. Let's see if Bucho is holding the pose. Live from New Zealand, this is a live picture of Bucho. Without fail, he's always in that pose. It's like he knows. It's like he knows that I'm going to hit the button, and I don't know how he does it. And it's amazing. He just holds that pose, and there you go. Now look, I'm going to turn it off. And then, no, I can't catch him moving. Rock solid. Bucho is kind of an amazing guy because of that. I'm just saying. It's kind of ridiculous. But there you go. I'm one of the poserest posers. That's true. But any kid introduced to me would just get introduced to Carl Sagan, so I'd just be the middleman. Yeah, it's probably true. I don't have an ohm checker, Rob. Well, you have your mod. You can still do that. That same concept, except you have to, instead of just hitting the button, watch the screen and see if those ohms, change. And then depending on the device, you have to like remeasure. So you might have to go into the menu and remeasure it. There's I don't have a regular mod here, but what it will do on a lot of them is that there's a measure section of the menu, and you can do that. Another thing to do, and this is kind of a bummer, fire it, check it, okay, ohms, take it off, hit it to where it gives you the error, hey, there's no atomizer, then screw it back on, and then fire it, and it should give you an updated ohm reading. It's kind of less manual, or yeah. On a traditional ohm reader, it's an automatic. It's always checking it. It's like constantly hitting it and checking the ohms. On a lot of devices, you have to either remeasure, or you have to take it off, click it, then put it back on and try it, and it'll give you an updated reading. That's just a thing. Just a thing. Movie High Club. Who has better movies, Arnold or Stallone? Ooh. That is a loaded question, Movie High Club. Welcome, by the way. It's a loaded question. And the reason is, I would say that for the most part, I would probably default to Arnold. But then again, you got the Rocky movies over on Stallone. But then you have the Terminator movies and True Lies, and you know what I mean? It's a constant back and forth. I think me personally, I'd probably have to say Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger. Because a lot of, but then you got Demolition Man. A lot of people love Cliffhanger. I'm not a huge Cliffhanger fan, but I also liked I like Tango and Cash, which is more of a kind of a action comedy. I like that one a lot. Um I'm not a huge, I know this is probably going to get me in trouble with some people. I'm not a huge Kindergarten Cop fan. I'm not a huge Twins fan. Junior, Jingle All the Way, not mine. Not my cup of tea. I like Predator. I like Terminator, Terminator 2. You know what I mean? I like the more action-oriented Schwarzenegger movies. I remember really liking Oscar, Stallone's Oscar. And I remember that was a big flop when it came out, and people were talking about, oh, Stallone is all washed up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That movie's great. I really enjoyed that movie. And again, a lot of times it comes to, expectations of the audience, right? So when you see Stallone, you automatically think action film or whatever. And the fact that he was in like a comedy was like, what? What are you doing? But I think Stallone's the better actor across the board. I know you might say, Rob, that's ridiculous, but no, I think Stallone's the better actor. But I think I prefer Schwarzenegger's movies. That's really tough though, because I mean, gosh, the Rambo movies. Some of those Rambo movies are fantastic. First Blood is, my God, is good. Rambo 2 is okay. The fourth Rambo movie, which is just Rambo, isn't it? I can't remember. I think it is. I really enjoyed that one. The Rambo 3 was not great. And plus he's, fighting for the Taliban. Kind of off, it kind of sucks. Pretty sure it's the Taliban, isn't it? I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time. But I remember the fourth Rambo movie, the comeback Rambo movie was really good. And even the last one I think was pretty good. But I don't know. Here's a better question. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, here, let's do this. Let's make it a poll. So right now, 48% of you are not watching a movie in December. You don't care, which is understandable. 20% of you are up for Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm really excited for that one. I already got my tickets ready to go. Now, Dust Bunny, again, is a movie that I didn't know about until yesterday. Saw the trailer and I'm completely like, I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, what the hell is this movie going to be? Mads Mikkelsen, Sigourney Weaver, David Ismalchian, looks great. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Just type in Dust Bunny, watch the trailer and go, okay, what is this? I don't know. I can't answer that question, but I've heard some really good things about it. And now I'm interested. And of course, Marty Supreme is Timothy Chalamet. I'm a Chalamet mark. I love Chalamet. Anything he does, I'm willing to watch. And from what I've heard, it's a very good movie. And it's the same guy, same director as Uncut Gems. And apparently, Chalamet's character is not a great guy. And it's kind of you're watching a train wreck. But there you go. I'm going to end the poll. And I'm going to actually start a poll with who do you like better? Oh my God, I was yelling. Who has the better filmography? How about that? Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is it? Oh, I spelled it wrong. I missed an E. There we go. Go. You let me know. Can you pick both? No, you can't. You have to pick one or the other. That was the question. Martin Ho 21. Hello. Good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Did I watch Stranger Things season 5? I have. In fact, it is something that I wanted to talk about, but try to do without spoilers. Because it's tough. It's really tough. And the reason is, it's fine. Now here, let me just start by saying I enjoy Stranger Things. I'm not addicted to it. I'm not the biggest fan. I think seasons 1 through 4 were fine. Like, I think season 2, like most people think season 2 was the weakest, but I've enjoyed the Stranger Things. The, the Stranger Things. I've enjoyed the Stranger Things. But it is weird that they're all getting old, and that is a thing. But I'm fine with that. You tell a good story, I'm fine with that. I can put that aside and enjoy the show. And so far, it's fine. I really thought, man, no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't. No spoilers. Hashtag no spoilers. I mean, yeah, it started on Christmas or Thanksgiving Day or the day before. Thanksgiving Eve. All I know is I watched it, and my wife and I both watched it because she's a huge Stranger Things fan. She's watched the seasons 1 through 4 multiple times. I've watched each one once because it's fine to me. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to be very curious to see what happens. And of course, I don't know if you saw this, but the finale, which is coming out. Okay, so there's 3 episodes that are going to happen on Christmas Day, right? Dropping on Christmas Day. And then the finale is going to drop New Year's Eve. They are putting, I don't know if it's just 2 showings. I didn't look far into this, but they're putting them in the theaters. But it's only supposedly 500 theaters nationwide. And apparently all the screenings are almost sold out, if not already sold out. And they went on sale earlier this morning, I think. So I don't know. I honestly don't care that much to go see it in a theater. I don't care. I'll watch it at home. And since there's only 500 theaters, that means that there's only going to be a couple. And I don't, nah. But it's fine. It's fine. It's just fine. Nothing super made me mad. There were some shots that were like, that looks like either AI or it looks like you went really crazy with the color grading. Like, for example, I think it's the end of episode 2. I'm just going to say this. There's a reveal at the end of episode 2. Pretty sure it's episode 2, where a character basically makes their return. And their face, it didn't look real to me. I thought it was AI. And I was like, what is going on here? But maybe not. I don't know. We didn't back it up for us to take another look, but it was just, I think it was because of the way that they color graded it. It made it look, like super saturated or something. I didn't like it. And there are some sequences in the show that they're not as aesthetically pleasing as some of the other seasons. Like, I don't remember anything sticking out visually in the other seasons like that. And I don't know if that was just kind of a last minute decision on that episode, but I wasn't a huge fan of the way it looked. Yeah, I don't know. But there's no doubt it's a phenomenon. It set all kinds of records for Netflix. I'm not taking anything away from it, but I just think it's fine so far. It was good. I wasn't really surprised by anything. And you might say, but Rob, there's a thing that happens. Yes, I know the thing, And I'm like, oh. And maybe it's just because I'm not super invested in it. But I was like, oh, okay. When's the next one? I mean, I feel like for me, I was actually thinking about doing a video. And then I thought, man, everybody would rip into me. Because I know there are super fans of Stranger Things, and they'd be like, but what about the blah, blah, blah? And I'd be like, It would be a terrible video. So I'm not going to do that video. I might do a video when it's done. It depends on how it all comes together. But right now I'm left with okay. It's fine. But here's a better question. Maybe it's not a better question. Maybe it's just a different question. I'm really interested in seeing Welcome to Derry. I haven't watched a single episode yet. I'm also interested in watching Pluribus. I haven't watched a single thing of there yet either. A lot of people are talking a lot about those shows. I haven't watched a minute of either of them. But I want to see those. I'm also, I have an extreme watch list. You guys know this. You guys know how many movies I have. You know, you've watched me show them off and go, oh my God, I can't believe I got more. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm an idiot. And I have this huge watch list. It's hard to fit anything in that's outside of that because I kind of want to get through my watch list. I have, dude, there's a stack right here. There's a huge stack. It's like this big. And it includes this. So yeah, I want to get through. I mean, that's a lot of TV to get through. There's just a lot, man. And then of course there's the Wes Anderson archive that I have sitting here. It's going to be a while before I really get through all this. But I'm interested in trying to. So fitting in more shows is hard. But I also want to see Landman. I haven't watched a single episode of that. Tulsa King. I keep hearing great things about Tulsa King. Haven't seen that. I think there's around 300 Taylor Sheridan shows that I haven't seen yet. Is that right? 300 or 400. There's a lot that I haven't seen yet. So anyway, there you go. I did watch Stranger Things though, because my wife wanted to, and hey, it's her birthday week. And you might be like, birthday week? Yeah, that's what happens around here. It's not just birthday, it's birthday week. She took off this week. So pretty much whatever she wants to do, it's happening. You know?
Watch Tulsa King down IT.
Thank you? Oh, watch Tulsa King, darn it. Why did it say it like that? But thank you, Ricky, for that $2 super chat. I apologize that the alerts don't work. But Streamlabs, in their brilliance, decided not to update the alerts for Macintosh, for an Apple Macintosh computers, which is what I have. They haven't updated their alerts, so they don't work. It's supposed to be right here, right in this area. Basically where the alien is. Basically where the alien is, that's where the alert should be. And it doesn't show up, and I apologize for that. But thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Anyway, no one plays Xbox, Rob. I mean, I don't know. There was a while there. In fact, I remember saying it multiple times that I thought that Game Pass was the best deal in gaming. You know, the idea that you pay one flat fee and you have access to all these games, it's amazing. But now that it's gone up another like 50% to $30 a month, I can't justify that. I can't justify that anymore. So you better watch out, Bucho. You better watch out. I got Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3 and Other M in the backlog. Samuel, yes, I played Other M and I actually beat Other M. It was, in fact, that was the reason that I pushed at the time. That's the reason I pushed so hard for the Wii, for us to get a Wii. Of course, there was, you know, the bowling and the sports and all that stuff, right? I knew that was going to go over well with the family. And I'm talking about April and her, you know, her mom and her sister and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's play some bowling. It'll be so much fun. That's what they sound like. Okay. I don't know why, but that's what they sound like. Anyway. So I played Other M, really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't, but I really enjoyed that game and was looking forward to playing other Wii games that were going to be coming out. But then we lent our Wii to her sister, and apparently her sister broke it, and we never replaced it. So I never got to play any other games, and only played through it once. But anyway, I love Xbox and Game Pass is fire, but I cancel too after the price up. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I'll trade you for a Series S. I'm not sure if that helps me. Since I basically stopped playing the X, I don't think I need that. Did I watch Sebastian? Welcome. Good to see you. Did you watch The Dentist or Wishmaster movies? No, I can't say I did. And mostly it's because I'm not a horror movie guy. And that's a thing. It's just a thing. It's just a preference thing. I've never been a huge fan of horror movies. It's just not my thing. Every now and then a horror movie that gets a lot of attention or whatever, yeah, I'll check it out, like Barbarian or X or what's Pearl, stuff like that. The Monkey, Weapons, things like that. I will check them out. But those kinds of movies were never my thing. So I apologize, but no. Getting Metroid Prime 4 in a couple of days. Yeah, you are. And I am too. And hopefully we love it. But Rob, who had better movies, Arnold or Stallone? Look at that. I said, who has the better filmography? Arnold Schwarzenegger's winning with 55% of the votes. And that's the thing. It's close. I don't know who's better. Wait a minute. I'm on top chat. Why am I not on live chat? That is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gosh, I'm so behind. Okay. But no, I don't know. I don't know who has the better one. Seth MacFarlane read the preface to The Demon Haunted World too. The rest was read by Carrie Elwes, which was real good, of course, but I could just kept listening to MacFarlane just fine. Yeah, me too. And man, when you say time flies, hell yeah, you're right. And hey, Chris, what's going on? I just got here and I got multiple Bucho cameo pop-ins. Good timing. I mean, dang it. I can never catch him. He's always ready. He's just always ready. I just don't get it. Now, I just heard a thing. I don't know what that was, but thank you for the thing, whatever that was. Oh, Nicholas Luther has subscribed. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I just scored an older Game Chaser shirt secondhand earlier tonight. Now that is a holiday miracle. Justin Yates, good on you. Which one was it? Was it one of the, like the blue on black? Or was it like a much older? Or was it, hey, just what was it? What design was it? Curious. Greetings from Chile, Professor Robbie. I mean, Professor Calypso. Hey, welcome. Hey, you're obviously the professor. You're Professor Calypso. I'm just Rob. But thank you. Thank you for saying that. And welcome from Chile. Good to see you. I don't think you've ever been here. I mean, not that I know of. When they change the names, and everything, I don't recognize everybody right away, but hey, welcome anyway. Twins should have won an Oscar. I don't know about that. It's just not my thing. Over the Top. See, Chris, I forgot about Over the Top. And I got to say, that doesn't really help Stallone's case. I know. It's got Robert Loggia in it, and you're like, hey, if it's got Robert Loggia in it, I mean, come on. But I'm not a huge fan of that movie. I'm just not a huge fan. I mean, the fact that you can just do this and you win better, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, 12 Oscars. Stallone is a better actor. It's just true. Ricky, I think you're right. But I enjoy Schwarzenegger's movies more. That's just how I look at it. OG Rocky and OG Rambo are legit quality proper films. Waiting for volume 2 of ST. Oh, volume 2 of season 5 of Stranger Things? Yes. I know you can't pick both. No. And GamerTamer360. Hello, sir. Good to see you. I like Borth. I also like Borth. What's Borth? I know. You probably just typed fast, but man, I just read it. I read what you said. Rocky versus Conan. Okay, so here's the thing. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not a fan of the Conan movies. I just don't like them. They're not for me. They're not for me. I've never been a, they call them sword and sandal films. I've never been that kind of guy. Not a huge fan. I don't, there are things about Conan. I actually didn't I do a video on that? I think I did a video on first time watching Conan the Barbarian, and I basically rip into it for, there are moments that I like, but it's super cheesy. I didn't watch it when I was a kid, so it just felt really odd to me and really weirdly paced. Oh my God, the music's so great. Okay, yeah, I get it. And it's got freaking Mako. I mean, there's things that I like about it. James Earl Jones is great as a villain. There's things that I like about it. But come on. I just don't. I'd rather watch Rocky any day of the week. But that's just me. Both for me, but when it comes to acting, Stallone has the better movies than that. I mean, I did like that moment. Wow, just wonder what they'll do for Volume 2. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of ways that this can go. So, no spoilers. Hadn't watched it yet. Well, don't worry. I'm not spoiling anything. But when I say, hey, something happens, I mean, of course something's going to happen. Predator versus Judge Dredd. I'm sorry, Grim Raider. I don't know. I don't know. But in my opinion, it's Predator all the way. In fact, Predator may be top 3 action movies of all time. It's just that good. It's just that good. I love the way that it's shot. I love the way that it's acted. The fact that they take it so seriously. There are so many badass lines in that movie. Predator takes it, man. Sorry. I am the law. Okay. I mean, I'm kidding, Chris. But I get it. I get it. But Predator's better, man. And then Cobra versus Terminator. Like, no question. I'm sorry. It's Terminator. It's Terminator. But that's just my thing. You know, I'm a bigger Schwarzenegger fan when it comes to the movies than I am. But see, like, I know this is going to get me into some trouble. I'm not that big of a fan of Raw Deal. And I'm not that big of a fan of Commando. I know. But I think those are his inferior movies. Terminator 2, and Predator are among, like, the greats. Those are meh movies. Like, to me, Commando is on par with Rambo 2. It's entertaining, sure. You can watch it. You can just sit there and watch it, sure. But Terminator and Terminator 2 and Predator, they have something special. I just love them. But anyway. I watched season 1 through 4 of Stranger Things, and it was crazy how hooked I was. Watched maybe 2 to 3 episodes a day. Binge watched it earlier this year. It's a great show. It really is well done. But to me, it's like, it's fine. And honestly, there's a lot of it hinges on the nostalgia of the thing. Oh, but it's this and it's that. It's fine. It's a story. It's well told. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but to me, it's a one watcher. I don't need to watch them again. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to end and I'm going to go, no, that was a really good story. Well told all the way through season 5. Yeah. I'll probably end up liking it. In fact, if there is a thing where people get really mad about something, because this is what happened with Game of Thrones. A lot of people got mad at the last season of Game of Thrones, right? I mean, and you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of things that happened in the last season where people were mad. They were mad. And why? Because they were so invested. I wasn't that invested. So I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's fine. Just like the other seasons. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching the thing and seeing the things happen. That's really it. I didn't care who was going to be the king of Westeros, and I didn't care who was the blah blah blah. I didn't care. I just watched the thing. I enjoyed it. On that level, I enjoyed it. That's how it is with Stranger Things. If there's something where it's like, I can't believe they did this, I'm going to be like, yeah, that happened. Cool. That's just how I mean, that's it. I love me some Millie, but I don't love me Stranger Things. Well, I mean, that's a thing. That is a thing. Darn IT. Haha. IT. What? A good day indeed to you, Gamer Tamer 360. Hope all's well with you, mate. Hey, appreciate it. I'm sure he appreciates that. Things are good, Bucho. Yep. Good things. Sword and sandal film genre is more mythology and historical, while Conan the Barbarian is sword and sorcery film genre. Okay, there you go. That's probably a better way to do it. But see, that's the thing. It's like, depends on the movie. Some that I would consider sword and sorcery, I really enjoy. But Conan is just not something I don't care. Beastmaster, the Barbarians with those two twin guys. No, sorry, not into it. Some people love those movies. I so don't. So I'm going to go ahead and end this because we already have the 15 votes. Schwarzenegger won. So definitively, Schwarzenegger he has the better filmography. It's all subjective, man. I love a lot of both of their filmography. Great stuff. I agree with you about Predator, but ever since AVP, they feel the need to put the fight scenes in a dryer with a missing leg and turn it on. Screen is way too shaky to try to emulate action. Well, that's the thing, though. There are certain films in the Predator franchise that absolutely suck. But you can't blame the franchise on that. You blame the director for that. You look at Prey, you look at Predator Badlands, and you go, those are quality films. In fact, I would say that those rank right up there. I mean, they're not as good as the first one. Come on. Nobody's going to beat John McTiernan, who also directed one of my other favorite films ever when it comes to the action genre, and that's Die Hard. Yeah. What a back-to-back. Predator in 87 and Die Hard in 88. Are you kidding me? John McTiernan, good action director. I think those two are probably in the conversation of two of the best action films ever. You can't look at Alien versus Predator and go, oh, well, that's, Predator sucks. No. Alien versus Predator, those movies suck. Big time. I hate them. I hate those movies with a passion. They're so bad. But I will say Requiem has some really cool effects. I like some of the effects work in Requiem, but they're not good. So, Adam Russell, good to see you, sir. Hey, Rob, hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I did. It was very nice. By the way, did you get your Tom and Jerry, the Golden Era anthology? Mine was supposed to come today and it got delayed. Mine too. In fact, yeah, mine still says arriving today. And yet it has not shipped. So yeah, you can't see that. It says arriving today and it still hasn't. Hold on a second, I'm texting. Oh my gosh, I can't text. You know what I should have done? I should have opened up instead of texting on the phone, I should have done it on my computer. I'm much faster typing than I am trying to. Anyway. Yeah, Yes, I don't know what the deal is with the Tom and Jerry. I don't know if it got delayed or like, is it an Amazon issue? Is it a Warner Archive issue? I don't know. But I'm very, very. The weird thing is that I saw a couple of days ago on was it Twitter? I think it was Twitter. I want to say on Saturday, I saw that people were already getting theirs. So I was like, okay, cool. That means I should totally get mine. And I'm almost positive that I think I ordered it. I was like day one, I ordered it. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, holy crap. Click. Like I immediately ordered it. So I have to be in the top like 5% of orders for that. I don't understand, man. But no, didn't get it. Stranger Things may be a one watcher. What shows you're multi-watchers though? I think the only multi-season non-comedy series I've watched more than once is The Sopranos. Sopranos is one of those. The other one is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Have I watched those again yet? No, but they're on the list. Like I want to see those again. I'll also say, as far as stuff I've watched this week, the only thing I've really had a chance to sit down and watch is the last 5 episodes of season 1 of Miami Vice. And I got to tell you, that is a quality show. At least in that first season, it's a quality show. It's really, really well done. Like, I'm really, really impressed. Now, I watched it as a kid, but I didn't know. You know, I also liked... I won't say things that I don't think are good anymore because some people might still like them. But all I can say is Miami Vice is a quality show. And I actually think it was funny because I was talking to April earlier in the week. I was like, you know, I mean, we keep talking about things we're going to do. We should just sit down and watch Miami Vice. And I mean, I guess a spoiler alert for Stranger Things is not really. But there's a part where Hop says, yeah, we can sit down and watch a marathon of Miami Vice. And I looked at April and she was like, and I'm like, and then we kept going back and forth. And every time we tried to make our face more contorted. So it was like, and then, you know what I mean? It was just constant like that. That didn't happen. By the way, this is something that I confessed to. There's a group text that I'm on. And I confess that this is something that I actually do. And I'm wondering if anybody else does this. I think it was around the time, it was probably 15 years ago when Facebook really started becoming a thing. And I guess it was earlier than that. But anyway, it's when everybody was posting their pictures, family pictures or whatever. And there was always somebody that was kind of like photobombing. One of the things that I do, I don't try to photobomb, but if I'm in an area where I can see that people are taking pictures, as I'm walking through, I'm constantly making all kinds of faces. Like, or just whatever. Like the face that I made on the thumbnail today. Those kinds of faces. I'm always making those kinds of faces in the hopes that those people will get home or share that photo somewhere or whatever. And somebody will go, hey, what's up with that guy back there? And you might be saying, now, Rob, why? Why do this? You'll probably never hear about it. It'll probably never get back to you. Why do you do this? Because I think it's funny. The thought of somebody going, what the hell is up with this guy? There's something about that cracks me up. I'll never see the reaction, but I'm hoping that happens. And that's happened. Now, what do you call that? It's kind of like, it's a chaotic thing, right? It's something that it's like, it's kind of like sowing chaos into someone's family photo. And for some reason that cracks me up. But it's not bad. It's not a thing that's like, it's not going to do damage. It's not hurting anyone. But it's just one of those things that I think is hilarious. And as far as I know, I can't be the only one, right? I can't be the only one that thinks this way. Does anyone else do this? Because I confessed to doing that. So there were times when, Wood and I were in New York City, we were walking around, I would see people taking photos, and they were taking photos this way. And as I was walking through, I'm making faces, just whatever face I could think of. And I'm hoping that somewhere, someone's photo of whatever that they were taking a picture of in New York City. Oh, look at me. Whatever. In the background is a guy making a stupid face. I love that idea. I love it. It's wonderful to me. Immortalized. But anyway. Am I the only one? Please tell me I'm not the only one. You know what? It doesn't matter if I'm the only one, because that's me. That's who I am. There's all kinds of people that do all sorts of, wonderful things, and, oh, he gave so much to charity, or, oh, he was such a philosopher and he was this. No, Rob made stupid faces in the background of people's photos. That's what I do. Anyway. Not Gary. Welcome, sir. I hope you're all having the best of nights on this night. It's pretty good. I gotta say, it's pretty good. Now, I still have to show off things, a couple of things, really. But no, it's going well. It's going well. Don't get me started on Alien Earth's first episode where dude's in the bridge and lock that one chick out. And the xenomorph gets her, but the way it creeps backwards to look through the window was... Is there more to that? Lame. It looked like it was on a dolly. Okay, not everything's perfect, okay? You have to understand, when it comes to TV, when it comes to anything, not everything's going to be perfect. It's sometimes good enough to get the story across, especially in an action scene. It's just the way it is. Now, did the rest of that show absolutely rock? Did the rest of that show, the story really, grab you and make you go, man, that's really cool. I'd never thought of that. Yeah. At least in my opinion. You might have hated the show. I loved the show. I thought it was great. There were definitely things about that first episode. In fact, I only did episode reviews of the first 3 episodes because Billy, we basically threw away all the plans. But that first episode, what irritated me more than that was the idea that they kept sort of like, they were kind of stealing the style from the first Alien, but then they weren't going all the way with it. And it was annoying me that they, the camera moves were wrong. And it's like, if you're trying to evoke that first Alien movie, get the camera moves right. Get the focus right. Get the dollies right. Get all the things right. To where instinctively you're thinking about that first Alien movie and now new things are happening. But they didn't do that. And it was really irritating me. But then very quickly, the show sort of took on its own life and I didn't care about that anymore. I was actually enjoying a lot of the camera work in that show. But anyway, I loved the show. I thought it was great. I don't know what you thought of it, but as an Alien fan, I really enjoyed the extra lore. It's good. Arnold was the better actor. He fooled us all in California as the Governor. Well, I can't speak to that because I don't live in California, so I don't know how well he did. There are things that I've seen him like make speeches and stuff, and I'm like, wow, he's come a long way. Now, again, I don't know how he was the whole term and all that stuff, but I was actually kind of impressed. Because I don't know, maybe it's just because of the kinds of movies that he did and the kind of roles he took. He always came off to me as sort of not a doofus, but maybe not deep. But then a lot of the things and the way that he would phrase things made me go, okay, I like the way he thinks, so maybe, or maybe you're just a different, you just have a different opinion, and that's fine too, because, hey, it is our duty as Americans to have opinions about things. What does America have to do with it? I don't know. It was, the words came out. We're not always going to agree on everything, and that's okay. It's okay. It's the internet, man. As long as we have respect for each other, at least here on this channel, we can go over to another channel or another place on Reddit or whatever, and we can like actually yell at each other. But here we're chill. So we might disagree, but it's fine. So it's no big deal, because we're all here for the same thing. And that is, I almost said something really vulgar. That's not why we're here. We're here because we're just hanging out. It's fun. It's good. There are single season or mini series non-comedies I've watched more than once. Firefly, Cowboy Bebop, Band of Brothers, The Pacific, but no multi-season non-comedies aside from Sopranos. That makes sense. I've only watched Cowboy Bebop once. Band of Brothers I've watched twice. Pacific I've never seen all the way through. Firefly I probably have watched more than once. But you're probably right. But yeah. Call of Duty has Predator Badlands DLC character. Really, Samuel? I find it so strange that video games there's so much crossover between video games and movies, and the fact that so many video games are being made into movies, even after a lot of movies, it's almost like video games has sort of taken over as the dominant, and maybe this is not correct anymore, but it seems like video games took the crown away from movies as far as like the amount of money that can be made, especially like when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Holy crap, there's going to be so much money that Rockstar makes. It's going to be nuts. But then why do they keep trying to make movies out of video games? It's like, I don't know, it's weird. Or we're going to make a movie out of a video game. Wait, I already said that. We're going to make a video game out of a movie. Sometimes those work, sometimes they don't. It's just weird. But hey, I'm all for it. Good stuff. Just I'm up for quality. Excuse me. About 3/4 of the way through Game of Thrones, I figured I'd be rewatching that show every 3 to 4 years, but the wet fart of the last couple of seasons changed my mind about that. Yep. I mean, honestly, that was never a show that I thought was going to be in my rotation, I guess. But it's funny, even Sopranos, I think I've only watched, I think I tried to start watching it again because I have the big box set, the big Blu-ray box set up there. And of course I have HBO. I think I started it and then never finished it again. So I've only watched the series all the way through once, but it's a great, man, it's such a good show. Breaking Bad, I still think Breaking Bad beats it. But man, it's really good. That's like, it's like trying to, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. They're both really good. Wait, are we saying Paul W.S. Anderson makes cheesy movies? I don't know where you got that, but I would absolutely agree with that. Not a fan of the Paul W.S. Anderson movies. It's just not for me. You like them? Hey, go for it. And not for me, though. Yeah, that's what mine says, and also says it hasn't shipped. Well, Adam, what the hell, man? Ricky was telling me earlier that his got delayed till December 14th, which is 12 days from now. I think that's what he posted in Discord. Let me see. Let me see if he said physical media. No, he didn't post it there. Where did you post that, Ricky? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it says arriving December 14th. So if that's true, that sucks. That sucks. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter to me because my watch list is stupid anyway. I wouldn't be able to watch it tonight anyway. But, it still kind of sucks when you think you're going to get something on a day and then you don't. By the way, Shozama, you had been talking to me. I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure this is you. That you kept telling me to buy Lupin the Third and get on 4K. And for some reason, Lupin the Third, I thought I'd purchased it. But then I checked my bank account and apparently I never actually bought it. Like I had it in a cart somewhere on some site and then never actually finished it. Recently, Lupin the Third went on sale on Amazon for like $21, and I snapped it up. But it says it's not going to get here for like a month. So I do have that on order. So yeah, I thought you'd like to hear that. Hello, boy, was the LA traffic awful tonight. Jody B, I am sorry for that. But you're right. It holds up, man. Miami Vice holds up. Holds up. After season 1 of Arcane, I thought I'd rewatch that show over the coming years, but season 2 was kind of a mess. Well, I said it. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. I said it. That even though I thought the same thing, I thought season 2 was a little too much all over the place, I went ahead and bought the 4K. I went ahead and bought it. There you go. And it's got some bonus features and such, but I still haven't opened it because watch list. It's on the watch list, but I'm not there yet. I want to watch it again with no expectations and just kind of watch it again. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. Because I thought season 1 was, just beautifully done. Beautifully done. Almost pulled the trigger on Cyber Monday Quantum Leap for $20 maybe next year. I almost pulled the trigger on that $8 Universal action movies that I think Ricky posted. I almost did it, but then I just didn't. I don't know. I like Quantum Leap, but that's a show that I think it's kind of like Police. It's weird because Miami Vice kind of is a police procedural, but it's like a lot of shows that's just a thing of the week, an episode of the week, a problem of the week, a case, like the Law and Order is like a case. It's not an ongoing story. For the most part, it's just there's a case this week, we're going to get through it, and then okay, well, it's over now, right? And they wrap it up at the end. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of storytelling. I like long form storytelling. So Quantum Leap is one of those shows that doesn't really have, it kind of has a through story, but for the most part, it's just a thing of the week. And I don't know. I can't see myself watching that one again, even though I loved that show back in the day. I got the 10 for $10 instead, trying to save money. I get that. Now, like I said, I haven't pulled any triggers. I haven't pulled a trigger on a movie since, my Criterion stuff. And by the way, for those of you who are not aware, the Criterion sale is still going on right now. It goes on until December 7th. So you got 5 days left. If you're still interested, Barnes & Noble and Amazon's price matching Barnes & Noble's prices. So in most cases, your Blu-rays are going to be $20 instead of $40 or more. And your 4K discs are going to be $25 from $50 or more. Sometimes they'll be like $35 or $40 or something like that. But for the most part, $25 is as low as you're going to get for the 4Ks. $20 is as low as you're going to get for the Blu-rays. And then, of course, multi-disc sets will vary in price depending on, format and how many discs there are. But, yeah, if you're interested, you got 5 days left. So just to let you know, you got 5 days left. Okay? I'm glad you brought that up because you got 5 days left. Okay? But, there's, again, Barry Lyndon is on my my wish list on Amazon. I want it, but it's like, I've seen it already. I know I want to watch it again. I want to own that movie so I can study it and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not there yet. I really focused on a lot of movies that either I haven't seen in a very, very, very long time or movies that I've never seen. So that's what I tried to focus on this sale. Now, of course, there probably will be another one around the March timeframe. They usually do, and every now and then Criterion will just do a 1-day sale. And so if you're paying attention to like Twitter and stuff like that, or if you're on my Discord, you're going to see it. Hey, 24-hour flash sale from Criterion.com. So you buy them from Criterion, and usually everything that's out currently at the moment will go on sale, and you can just snap up a bunch of them. But yeah, for now, I think I'm good. I got 7 in the sale this year. Yeah, I think I'm good. A couple of David Lynch's in there. A couple of older films that I've never seen before. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. Did any of you all watch Boardwalk Empire? Boardwalk Empire was one of those shows that kind of lost me, and I don't know exactly where it happened, but there was something in there, and I think it coincided with me us canceling HBO. I think, because I mean back then I think that might have been when we had when was Boardwalk Empire? Let's find out, shall we? Boardwalk. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Boardwalk Empire, 2010 to 2014. Oh, well then that explains it. 2013 or 2014 is when I got sick. And a lot of things changed. So I never finished that show. That's my guess. But also I think around that time is when we either moved off of cable or we moved off of, because we had satellite for a while. We had Dish Network for a while. But I can't remember which it was. But there you go. So, but no, I never finished it. There's so many dang movies and shows to watch, not just new, but from the 100+ years since Hollywood was born, and from other countries. It's tough for me to justify rewatching things. It is true. And that's part of the reason why I've never, like, lately it's been, okay, what am I going to, this is either going to be something that I want to watch and I can't really find anywhere else, or it's a Criterion thing where I'm going to watch it and then watch all the special features, and it's going to give me a greater, not so much, well, maybe a greater understanding for the movie, but a lot of things about Criterion is about the impact that movie had either on the movie industry and on like the studios, or it had on the way that people viewed this kind of genre or whatever. There's a reason why it's in the Criterion collection, because it's important for some reason. And sometimes that's worth me spending the money on it. And plus, I like my physical media, and I like putting things on the shelf and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I totally get that. It's hard for me to go back. And then when something you like, to give you an example, Seventh, who was on stream and was in the Discord little hangout last week, today he was talking about Red Dwarf. Now that is a show that I've had many people over the years try to get me to watch, but I've tried it and it didn't work for me. I'm sorry, I'm probably just never going to watch that. It's like, it's just not, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't like that style of, whatever. And it's just not going to work for me. And I've got too many things like in front of me that I really want to see, that I'm not veering off of that path to watch something that I don't know, that I don't, it's not my thing. And that's fine. But it's just, I'm not going to veer off. Like, for example, I've got a plan. I've got my watch list, and I've got the shows that I want to watch. Those are the things that I'm kind of focused on doing. I'm not going to stop and watch something that I know that I've tried before and I didn't care for. It's just not going to happen. It's weird. There are some people, I wonder if everybody does it the same way. They probably don't. But hold on, there's grounds at the bottom of my tea, and I'm trying to drink the rest of my tea, but not drink the grounds. Does that make sense? I will also tell you, Wood, good old beat 'em ups. Screw that dude a little bit, and let me tell you why. I love the guy. But damn it, he's got me hooked on freaking cortados from Starbucks. Damn it. I'm hooked on them. I love them. I love them so much. They're so good. They're so tiny. They're so little tiny things. But man, boy, do they pack a punch. And they're awesome. But damn it, I don't want to be hooked on anything else right now. So, just saying. He kind of ruined me a little bit. So, anyway. Oh, excellent. Yes, Lupin. Okay, so you were the one. Good. I never watched Boardwalk Empire. Shozama, I was interested in when it started, but the reviews always seemed kind of middling, so I never got to it. Arcane looks so dang good, I can imagine putting it on as a background thing purely to have something that pretty on the TV. I'm not that kind of guy. That's the kind of thing that April does. Like when she's working, she'll put shows on. It does not work for me. Like if I'm working on something, if I'm writing, it has to be something I am either not interested in at all or it's not firing my brain for creativity. Like a lot of times music will do that to me. Even instrumental music will start firing like, oh my God, I love the song. And you're starting to write things in your head to make it better or whatever. I have to have music that's very ambient and just kind of there. And most of the time when I'm writing, there's nothing. I'm literally just writing. And because otherwise I will get distracted. That's what has to happen most of the time. So yeah, I can't even put on Arcane. I mean, how many times did I try to put on? Oh, I've seen Star Wars a billion times. I could put Star Wars on. It's background stuff and I can do my thing. No, I will stop what I'm doing and go over here and watch Star Wars that I've seen so many times. I can't do it. Can't do it. Hell's Angels 4K is my new release Criterion wishlist, but gonna wait till spring sale. I think I have that on. Of course, it brings up the bikers. Yes, from 1930. From 1930, directed by Howard Hughes, starring Gene Harlow, Ben Lyon, James Hall. A high-flying feat of adventure filmmaking and a testament to the audacious, spare-no-expense vision of Howard Hughes, this landmark aviation epic remains exhilarating both for its daredevil aerial sequences and its nervy pre-code punch. With the onset of World War I, two British brothers recruited into the Royal Flying Corps, played by Ben Lyon and James Hall, find their bond tested by their differing attitudes toward the war and their love for the same woman, Jean Harlow, and her bombshell breakthrough. The product of a notoriously long and dangerous production that resulted in the deaths of multiple crew members, Hell's Angels broke new technical ground, making use of early sound and color technologies and capturing some of the most thrilling dogfight scenes ever filmed. That sounds amazing. And is it out yet? It says new release, add to cart. So my guess is, damn it, man, that sounds awesome. Freaking Shozama, man. Look, there have been times that Shozama and I have not quite seen eye to eye on some things. Damn it, man. He comes up with some amazing films that I just want to see. And I love, dude, I have, in a weird way, I'm not going to attribute all of it to him. Okay. I mean, let's not give him an ego, but man, he really got me into that sort of thinking about, you know what? Damn it. I need to be watching some more older movies. And I've been watching a ton of them. I've showed you guys all the freaking these that I keep getting. A lot of that is inspired by him. Because it's almost like he reminded me that yes, just because it's old doesn't mean that it's not good. It's going to be awesome probably. And if it's on the Criterion Collection, there's a reason. Even if I don't end up liking the movie, there will be a reason why that is in the Criterion Collection. And Hell's Angels, damn it, I'm going to have to put it in my wish list. So, what do you think of that, Shozama? See, and this is why, in a weird way, it's kind of bad because we're both like giving each other things to watch and giving each other, like, oh, you say you have too many movies to watch. Well, how about this one? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, damn it. And then sometimes you're like, oh my God, I spent so much money. But at the same time, man, that is the beautiful thing about doing this show is the exchange of things. And we get to watch great stuff and you know what I mean? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's one of the things I love about this show is not only do I get to tell you about things that I love, but you guys get to tell me about things that you're interested in. And that's awesome. There it is. There it is. Going in the wish list. I have so much crap in my wish list. It's stupid. It's so dumb. Oh, by the way, one of the other things that I really appreciate about you guys in the Discord, and I think Shozama is kind of, I think he posts these a lot, is the Criterion Closet videos. The other day, one of my favorite directors, and yes, I'm going to include this person as one of my favorite directors, Catherine Bigelow. She's amazing. Like, I really, really like or love everything she's ever done. Everything she's ever done. I haven't seen everything she's ever done, but I'm a big fan, okay? She was in the Criterion Closet, and I put movies that she was recommending in my wish list because she did. Because she talked about it and made me go, damn it, Catherine. Now I got to put more movies in my wish list. Anyway. But good one, Shozama. Thank you. Rewatched Boardwalk Empire Season 1. Good series. Yeah, Samuel, I mean, it's I can't remember the dude's name. I mean, of course, Steve Buscemi, but I'm talking about the younger guy's name. He was in The Dreamers with Ava Green. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but Michael Pitt? Is that right? Michael Pitt? Something Pitt. I know Pitt is part of it. Let's see. Is it Michael Pitt? Let me do this so you can see. I think it is Michael Pitt. Okay, Kelly MacDonald, of course. Probably famous for her role in Trainspotting. That's her first role. But Michael Shannon, of course. Oh yeah, I know why he's not number one on the list. Spoiler alert. Where are the episodes? Where do you click the episode guide? Wait, it's way up here. Why is it up there? That makes sense. Michael Pitt. Holy crap! I can't believe I pulled his name. But there's Stephen Graham, also amazing actor. I always think when I think of Stephen Graham, I always think of Snatch. I always think of Snatch before the Germans get here. You know what I mean? That's what I think of. I think of him there. But he's a really good actor. I really enjoy him. Anyway, did you say Red Dwarf? I was just noticing that on my shelf. That is weird. Dan and Tab. I almost said Dana and Tab, but it's Dan and Tab. Welcome. I don't know if you've been here before, but they changed the names and it makes me confused. So welcome or welcome back. You know? Aliens or Predators movies, what is better? Okay. Here's the thing. I think Predator is one of the greatest action films ever. You heard me say that. But Alien is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I love Alien. Okay? I love the life cycle. I love the physiology. I love the design. I love the movies. I don't love Alien Resurrection, but all the other ones I either like or love. So Alien has to take it for me. Now, I don't even count the Alien vs Predator movies. I think they suck. I've said that before. But when you look at the number of movies, Alien takes it, man. And you might be like, really? Prometheus and Alien Covenant? Yeah. Alien Covenant's not great. Prometheus has its issues, but I still love it, even for its faults. Alien 1, 2, and 3, or Aliens, and Alien 3, love them. Alien Resurrection, not so much. So basically, you've got one that I would consider a dud, and the rest of them are good to great. I love it. So for me, it's Aliens all the way. All the way. I'm sorry. Do you and Wood talk movies or TV? I mean, yes, but he showed me a movie that I'd never seen before. We actually watched quite a few movies, actually. We watched, we watched Back to the Future 1 and 2. We were talking and things were happening and we were doing things. But Back to the Future 1 and 2, Fellowship and Two Towers. We didn't get to Return of the King because everybody left. And then he showed me, okay, this one was more of a let's watch it for the lulz. I'm not a for the lulz kind of guy, but wasn't my house, wasn't my gig. I just went with the flow. We watched War of the Worlds. Yes, the Amazon War of the Worlds. What a POS. I hated it. We made fun of it. It was Mystery Science Theater 3000 with all the people in there. It was not good. That was kind of fun, but I was also like, I feel dumber for having watched this. Then we started watching the Minecraft movie, and I got to say, even though I'm sitting there watching it and I go, this is definitely not for me. I was still like, this is actually there's some funny, entertaining things about it. Like, it's kind of like I can watch Frozen and go, this isn't made for me, but it's kind of entertaining and I get it. You know, that's how Minecraft was for me. But I didn't watch the whole thing. But the movie that I hadn't seen that he showed me that I really, really enjoyed was Nobody with freaking Saul Goodman himself. Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk? Is that right? Bob? Yeah. Odenkirk. Yeah. I hadn't watched it before. And the reason is April wanted to watch it. But you know what? You know how many times I've asked her to watch it and she's like, no, I want to watch something else. And I'm like, damn it, I want to watch this. Finally watched it. Damn good movie. So there you go. But no, we don't typically talk that kind of stuff. I did tell the famous story about when we were doing casting for the movie, that during casting somebody had made the comment that I enjoyed, and this was what, late 2019, September 2019, probably October 2019. This was before Rise of Skywalker came out. Okay. Somebody had mentioned that I liked The Last Jedi, and he sat me down along with everybody else trying to figure out why, because they all hated it. Now, I think I can honestly say that Billy came around on The Last Jedi. Did he love it? No. But he could at least appreciate what it was trying to do, because we got the Rise of Skywalker and things went wrong. Really wrong. Like, the Rise of Skywalker is an abomination. It's not good. Okay. But that's really, and for the longest time, he was like, oh, it's the Last Jedi guy, you know? But, you know, it's every now and then it'll come up. But I'll just say that we don't talk that kind of stuff so much. But we did, I think I was trying to talk him into watching Andor. But yeah, we don't talk about that much stuff like that. And honestly, it was because we were so busy. There was always something to do and just chatting and making each other laugh. And it was, yeah. So we didn't really talk too much about that, but May get another shot pretty soon. So. Dan and Tab, surprised it wasn't the flat white. Those are Aussie also. He did have me try a flat white, and both of us were kind of like, this isn't very good. So I think it was just an off day at that place, but I will look. I'm just going to say this. If Wood says, hey, this is a coffee, try it, I'm going to go, okay. You know, I mean, it's just going to happen because everything he's made me try has been really good. Except for the flat white, which we both didn't like. Like, even he was kind of like, this is a little off today. Not tasting great. So, yeah, I pretty much trust him when it comes to the coffee stuff. Because I'm a novice, like 100% novice. I mean, I have an AeroPress, you know, and a grindy guy and all that stuff. And I make a pretty good cup of coffee. But nothing like I seriously want to learn how to make cortados now. Because, oh my God, they're so good. Anyway, did my name change work? Am I back to Star Fox? Yes. Shizoma watches too many movies. Look, I love that. I appreciate that. Now, again, it doesn't always factor in, but I kind of want to watch Hell's Angels now just after reading that. That sounded awesome to me. So, there you go. Pretty much the same. If I'm doing something mentally or creatively taxing, I can't. But for chores or mundane tasks, I like to have a podcast or background show or movie on. Oh, because Dan and Tab said, I have background shows on for doing more mundane, repetitive tasks. It distracts the part of my brain that feels like I'm working. I understand that. But my problem is I continually, and it must be, as my sister-in-law says, a touch of the tism. Or maybe I do have some sort of ADHD. I can't believe it's already 9 o'clock and I haven't gone over anything that I wanted to go over yet. That's order 42 for you. But I can't do that. It has to be something I don't care about. Or it has to be so like removed from that where it just doesn't work. So. Order 42 show watches Shozama 85 stuff, but not what I recommend. That's not true. I have watched some of your stuff. I have. In fact, I can almost guarantee you I've watched some of your stuff, Shozama. I mean, Ricky. Sometimes music for certain creative things helps, but not shows. Yeah, it has to be like one of my favorite, and this is back when di.fm digitally. Wait. What's it called? It's now at a subscription service, and I just never I never subscribed to it. But what is it called? Digital. What does it stand for? About. Digitally imported. I almost said digitally distracted. That's a different thing. That old Game Dave, that son of a... Anyway, yeah, di.fm. I used to listen to that all the time, and there was a chill out station that it's very ambient, and there's very little song structure to it. It's just mostly about sounds and almost like feelings, and that works for me. But I haven't listened to that in years because, again, subscription model. Most of the time, I just have nothing going on. It's just me and the clickety clackies. That's it. But that's just me. Sometimes I'll put on a stream or something, but for the most part, what ends up happening is that if it's a stream, I usually try to pick somebody that's streaming a game that I don't quite care about. So it may be like, oh, somebody's streaming. What's a good example? A great example is Arcus. I love Arcus. I think he's a great guy, but a lot of times he's streaming stuff that I just don't care about. You know, he's streaming a bunch of retro games, Nintendo games that I either never played or never had interest in. So a lot of times I'll put him on, and because he's playing Ninja Gaiden for the 75,000th time, I've played that game 75,000 times myself. Probably not. I played it a lot as a kid. I own that game as a kid. I can have that on and it doesn't engage that part of my brain that makes me go, you know what I mean? So that helps me a lot lately. But anyway. Oh yeah, Rob, I've been here a few times. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's probably just because your name is different now. Really, Prometheus and Alien Covenant? Yeah. Yeah. Covenant changed my opinion after I rewatched it. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I love War of the Worlds, but with Tom Cruise. I actually really like that movie too, even though it's got its problems. I feel that third act is wonky, but there are moments in that movie that are awesome. I like Alien Covenant solely for that one scene where the guy opens the door and the faceless creature is standing there, spooky. There's a lot of really great shots in that movie. And again, because I'm a Ridley, some might say apologist, I'm a Ridley Scott fan. I love Ridley Scott and I love his art design. I love the way that he moves the camera. I love the way that he edits. I love everything about, like, the technical side of filmmaking. He's perfect. He's literally perfect when it comes to that side of filmmaking. It's when it comes to the story. That's where if a Ridley Scott movie is lacking, it's typically not the acting and it's not the technical side. It's the story. It's because the story needed another run through, another draft or whatever. And that's the problem with Ridley Scott, is that he loves the technical. And as long as it's technically beautiful, he doesn't care. He'll move on. There's many interviews with actors that have worked with Ridley who have said, well, can we try this again in a different way? And he's like, why? Why would you want to do that? We've got it. It's beautiful. It's great. Because he's not as interested in the storytelling aspect of movie making. It's more about giving you a feeling. And a lot of times, and this is just something that I've kind of picked up on over the years of watching Ridley Scott. It's, if I ever get through the damn Ridley Scott review-a-thon that I have going, the wrap-up will talk about this. It's one of the things that I've noticed is that it seems like the way that Ridley Scott picks projects is that there's one scene where he's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And that scene, the way that is going to work, that interests me and I want to tackle that. Or I want to be the one to do that scene right there. Nobody else can do that. I want to do that. And it's one of the things that really interests me. And it's kind of fun to watch a movie with that in mind. Going, he's thinking about how he's like, it's like, okay, we've got all these scenes. That's great. This is all set up. But this is the scene I'm really interested in putting on film. And it's one of the things that I love about him. But I also love the fact that his commentaries are freaking great. His interviews are freaking great. I love the no-nonsense nature of him. Anyway, I love Ridley Scott. He's one of my favorite directors ever. But Covenant's not great. Covenant's not great, but I love a lot of it. The scene with the chest burster, but it's not a chest burster, if you know what I mean. Back burster. I love it so much. It's so visceral and gross and disgusting and juicy. The sound design is so great. I just love it. There's something about Ridley's violence that is so... There's something about it that I love it. I love it. It makes it feel like you shouldn't be watching this kind of thing. Like when you were a kid and you were watching a movie and you're like, okay, I shouldn't be watching this. This is bad. This is going to affect me. This is going to give me nightmares. That's the kind of thing that Ridley does, and I love it. But anyway, I will stop gushing about Ridley Scott, but probably my favorite director of all time. Maybe my favorite director of all time. Most likely my favorite director of all time. Last Jedi, I liked it. Kevin Smith has a great review. Samuel, yes. But the thing is even though I prefer, out of the three sequel trilogy, Last Jedi to me is the best movie. It's still got a lot of issues. It's got technical issues. It's got pacing issues. The Kanto bite scene is like, I mean, I understand why it's there. He's trying to make a point, but it's very ham-fisted, and it doesn't fit the rest of the movie. There's a lot about the movie to like, but then what's the freaking Phasma and Finn fight scene is awkward. There's some really shoddy effects in that sequence. Of course, the Kanto bite has a lot of shoddy stuff in there. It's just a weird movie, man. It doesn't fire on all cylinders, but man, when it does, oh my God, that freaking fight scene. And I know people have picked it apart. Oh, look, the thing goes through her arm. It's a freaking fight scene that you're meant to watch and go, okay, that was cool, and move on. It's not meant to be no movie is perfect when you watch it frame by frame. No movie. There's going to be problems when you do that. It's just part of the game. It's part of the deal. But that sequence is so good. And in the theater, the electricity in the theater when that happened, oh my God, that sequence is badass. I don't care what anybody says. You can pick it apart all you want, but that sequence is freaking badass. And the scenes with Luke explaining the Force at the beginning is some of my favorite Force lore in the history of Star Wars. And when people say, Rian Johnson didn't understand the assignment, he didn't understand the Force, and I'm like, you're an idiot because you're not paying attention. That was the Force, like directly from what Lucas like from his brain. Amazing stuff. I love it. But there's a lot of other problems in the movie, you know? I mean, there's problems all over the place. I thought Crate was beautiful looking. Technically, there was a lot of great stuff. And like I said, a lot of bad stuff. Oh, it's just a slow chase scene in space. I get it. It's not great. Okay? I'm not saying it is. But there is some great in that movie. There's more great in that movie than in the other two movies, in my opinion. That's just all I'm saying. Digitally distracted. That's right. I thought it was better than I had originally perceived it. It's still not great, though. I've watched it twice and was like, it's not great. It's fine, but it's not great. Like, to me, Prometheus is right on the urge of being great. And I know a lot of people don't like me saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure Bucho hates Prometheus, or at least doesn't like it. And I understand why, but man, I really dig Prometheus. Professor Rock PR, I'm just here to say hello. Hello there. I have a fun streaming with chat. I wish my goatee looked as wise as yours. Mine is really flaky. Wise? I feel like mine is... Well, this is all I can grow. This is it. Like, if I try to grow this, it's splotchy and it looks bad. It looks like I have some sort of skin disease. And I'm not making fun of people with a skin disease, mind you. I'm just saying it looks wrong. Like if I grow this out, people are like, "Are you okay?" You know what I mean? That's how bad it is. So, but thank you so much for saying hey, and for saying my goatee looks good. It's a little long, but thank you. The creepy David android was special in that too, dude. Freaking Michael Fassbender. Why don't you marry Ridley then? I would if I could. If it was, I mean, I guess it is legal. Here in Texas it is. But, you know, he's married, I'm married. It'd be awkward for our wives. Rian Johnson should have done one of the standalone movies for Star Wars. His Glass Onion movies were pretty good. And dude, it's so frustrating. I want to see Wake Up Dead Man so badly. But the only places playing it around me are those freaking dine-in theaters. And I hate those. I cannot stand, because the focus is on the food. I don't give a crap about food when I'm trying to watch a movie. I don't care. I don't want to eat. When I'm watching a movie that I'm seeing for the first time, that's the focus. And I hate the fact that people are like, well, just, hey, why don't you come in and watch a movie and then you can have a full meal? How about you F off? Okay? and give the movie its due, because that's what's important. The movie is what we're here to do. Your freaking Eden can go somewhere else. Go kick rocks with your freaking dine-in theaters. I hate them. I have pretty strong opinions on that, and I'm sorry, but it pisses me off that I can't go see Wake Up Dead Man in a big good theater. But anyway, it's a fight scene which feels like a dance scene. That'll strike some as lame, but others as joyous. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do you love the Last Jedi Luke Force stuff more, or the Clone Wars Yoda Force stuff more? I'm gonna say this. I think I like the Luke Last Jedi stuff more. Because the Clone Wars stuff is good. It's definitely good. It's some of my favorite stuff. But there's something about the visual. I love the idea of the light and the dark working together, and it's all part of the Force. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people forget, is that we all have light and dark within us. And the idea that Luke could just, like everybody says, like we've had this discussion many times about the idea that it feels like you're going backward when you make a mistake the way that Luke did in the sequel trilogy. But to me, the idea that powerful light, powerful darkness, it's all part of the Force, and it's all part of who we are as people. We all have the light and the dark inside of us. And the idea that, oh, well, since I beat the Emperor once at his own game, and basically I played a mind game to where I made him attack me, and then my dad saved me, that because you did that somehow you're immune to the dark side at that point? No. But you defeated evil. Evil's never defeated. In the way that Lucas always came up with the Force, it's all part of us. The dark side is part of us. The light side is part of us. And the difference is the balance, is the ability to know the difference between them and to try to make the right decision. That is called balance. And so the idea that the way that he describes it in The Last Jedi is beautiful to me. And I love it. I love that sequence. And a lot of people don't like it. But it's some of my favorite stuff in all of Star Wars when it comes to the Force. And to me, that comes directly from the philosophy of the Force that Lucas came up with. But that's just me. Prometheus overrated, in my opinion. I mean, I get it. I understand. But there are things that I just love about it. This is Mirror Universe, Rob, actually. I hope not. I mean, in a weird way, I there are things that I wish were different. Of course, I wish Billy was still here. I wish I still had a colon. But that's the thing. That's the kind of interesting thing about different things. About alternate universes is if you went back and you changed one thing, how much of a butterfly effect would it have on the rest of it? I mean, I find that really interesting stuff. But anyway, I had a great experience watching Prometheus with friends when we went on a trip. Yeah. And that's part of the deal. That's what the beautiful thing about movies is. It's sort of the same concept of what the Game Chasers were getting at, is that the nostalgia of collecting a game that you used to have when you were a kid or that you rented once or whatever, you've attached memories to this thing. For me, movies are that way. You know, I was never that attached to games, but with movies, I remember vividly some of the movie experiences I've had in my life. And a lot of those happened in a theater. And it's part of that thing. I gotta eat when I watch a movie. I don't want, honestly, if it's a movie I've never seen, I don't want anything. I barely want like water, like anything to drink, nothing. I want to focus. And lately, what I've been doing is really helping me, and it helps my brain stay locked in. I know this is going to be one of those things that people But I'm addicted to nicotine, okay? I'll take snus. I'll take one of those little nicotine pouches and pop them in there, and I'm locked in. And it also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I bite my fingernails. It's a disgusting habit, and I've been doing it my whole life, and I wish I could stop. And I've been doing better lately, but sometimes, Anyway, what I'm trying to say is it helps me with that too. So there you go. The throne room fight, it plays like a dance scene to me. Oh, I love it though. But it's not just the scene, it's the meaning behind the scene. I love it's the idea. Again, it's the best thing about the movie, and they just tossed it in Rise of Skywalker, and it pisses me off every time I think about it. It's one of the things that it infuriates me. The idea that Kylo Ren idolized Darth Vader. And he said, I want to finish what you started. And what he did was he succeeded. He took out the number one, and he was number one. We never got to see him be number one for longer than like 15 minutes. The more scene at the end, that's really all we got of him being in charge. I wanted to see how messed up the First Order would be under his leadership. And we didn't get to see that. Because immediately at the beginning of Rise of Skywalker, he's supplanted by the Emperor. And it's so frustrating. I wanted to see how bad people were, like I wanted to see members of the, like high-ranking members of the First Order, generals or whoever, basically saying, we got to do something about him. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted that. And it didn't happen, and it pisses me off. So the meaning behind that scene is why I love it so much. It's not really the scene in itself, because action scenes are they're a thing to get you from point A to point B. But it's the meaning behind that scene I love. There was a Twitter fad a few years ago sending the throne room fight to various pop rock dance songs, and they pretty much all worked really well. I mean, yeah, maybe. TLGA has its issues, but that throne room fight isn't one of mine. Yeah, it's good. I usually avoid eating and drinking during the movies and go to a restaurant after the movie to discuss it. Yeah. Or, like Quentin Tarantino, have some pie. Have some pie, discuss a movie. Welcome back, Ninjinzu. Good to see you. A lot of great visuals in The Last Jedi. Too much tug of war in that trilogy. No unified vision. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, yeah, we can sit here all day long and pick out things that we don't like about individual scenes or whatever in the movies. But it really comes down to that. And the fact that, I mean, I don't even think it's all J.J. Abrams' fault like a lot of people do. I think it all comes from the top. And the top wanted, they wanted what they wanted. They wanted a movie that was going to appeal to the most people. And they thought that the people that were angry at The Last Jedi were the majority of people, and they weren't. They weren't. If that was the case, it wouldn't have made over $1 billion. Oh, we made less money on The Last Jedi. Yeah, each movie, if you look at the history of Star Wars, each movie in the trilogy will make less than the previous one. It's just a fact. Get over it. Stick with your freaking story and your plan. Don't change your plan because you're afraid. Fear leads to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Did you not watch the freaking movies, Bob Iger? You ass? Anyway. I thought you were talking about number one from Stranger Things. No, it wasn't. Rise of Skywalker should have been about Kylo's redemption. Rey's death would have completed the story arc with Kylo going to the Skywalker homestead, not Rey, in my opinion. I mean, that could have worked. Dude, there are any number of things that you could have done to make Rise of Skywalker better. Like an infinite number. There are so many ways that you could have made a better movie given what The Last Jedi ended with. There are infinite number of ways you could have ended the Skywalker trilogy or the Skywalker saga in a more fitting way. And they chose pain. They chose poorly, as the knight in The Last Crusade said. They chose poorly. Got to kill the nachos before the opening scene. Hate that crunching during the opening. I hate the fumbling with plastic bags. Or Look, I love my friends, but one of my friends eats popcorn. But what he does is he tries to get the biggest effing boulder of popcorn perfectly in his mitt so he can right? But it's the as he's forming this perfect sphere of popcorn goodness, buttery, kernels and whatever, right? But it's that, and I'm just like, better stop it. Somebody, please. Most of the time, I don't really care. Most of the time, I'm locked in. Lock it in. You know how many times I say that when I'm driving somewhere? All right, lock it in. Tighten it up. Lock it in. Stay focused. Let's go. I'm literally saying this out loud to the people in front of me that can't hear me. That's what I say. I always say they should have had Rey go to the dark side. They weren't brave enough to do it, though. Disney had to have their princess walk around character, so her character was basically girl Luke instead. I mean, yes, but I don't even think that was necessary. I think what was necessary, but the thing is what you could do is in the same movie, you could have had Rey turn to the dark side and be redeemed at the end. You could still, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can see where you could have had her turn bad. And what happens is something that makes things happen. And then she turns good at the end. And then everything's good. What? So many ways they could have done it. I love The Last Jedi from Jody B. It really made me excited to see Star Wars go in an interesting and new direction. But Rise of Skywalker crapped the bed for me. Saw it once in the theater and haven't watched it since. I watched it one more time. And ever since, I'm like, no, I don't think I need to see that again. And what's frustrating is there's some really cool moments in that movie. There's some really cool shots. But, and the thing is too, is it's made with passion. It's one of the things that made me realize that it's not all about, like, Jody, you've worked on movies before, okay? There are people behind the scenes that are doing their best. And they're doing their best and they're passionate about what they do. And I love seeing that. And that's what I got from watching the making of on Rise of Skywalker. Is I'm sitting there going, man, look at all these passionate people making this absolute piece of trash. They are doing everything they can to make this vision happen. And it irritates me because I feel like the story failed them. The story didn't just fail us as an audience member. It failed all of those people that were giving everything to making that movie happen. And that sucks. That sucks, man. It sucks to see that. Because I can tell when I'm watching it that those people are passionate about what they're doing. And they're excited. You know? And I love that, man. The passion behind making those movies was really great. And it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It sucks. But it also helped me realize that, yeah, sometimes you just got to go in there and you do your job and you hope for the best. But if the movie ends up like crap, who cares? You did your job and you did it well. So the local theater I go to has napkins that are like sandpaper. So loud hearing people eating and wiping their hands. Oh, I hate that crap. Sanding their face with 400 grit napkins. Yeah. And you know people that worked on those? They could have redeemed Rise of Skywalker if there was a scene of Kylo wearing the slave Leia outfit at some point. It would have been a really moving tribute to Carrie Fisher. I don't know if you can say that anymore. I'm sure you can. It's probably fun. Okay. Real quick. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Did you guys buy anything? I mean, I know Shozama bought that 10 for 10. Anybody get something good? Because I'm going to show you what I got. Okay, number one, I got batteries. And I'm talking about vape batteries. They always go on sale on Black Friday, and it's always the best time to buy them. And what I do is every year, I buy a whole new set of batteries, and then I recycle the old ones. Did you just cancel myself? Not again? No, you didn't. You didn't, Butcher. You're fine. But no, I I buy replacement batteries for all my stuff, and then I'll recycle the previous ones. And we're talking like $3 a battery. So if I buy 12 of them, that's $36. It's not that bad. Those are really good deals. Quiet Black Friday, I did buy a new mouse for the old PC. Hey, good for you. Good for you. You needed that. I don't know if you did or not. But no, yeah. Batteries. And then I did buy some new liquids. Some e-liquids that are on the way. So, good deal there. Some I've never tried. There's a few that I tried before, but it's been years. So, it'll be interesting. Because, as I've said, over the years, sometimes those recipes change and you never know. Then I was at Walmart the other day. I think it was Saturday. I think it was Saturday night. For $15, I picked up Final Fantasy 16 on PS5. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Now, here's the thing. I played the demo, really enjoyed the demo, and just never picked up the game. So, there you go. For $15, that's not bad. So, there you go. You got that Final Fantasy 16 game before? Oh, wait, I still have it. See, there you go. Talked myself out of buying that Lego Enterprise. Now, here's the thing. It's back ordered, and we won't get it for months. I think they said February. We'll get it in February. In fact, I hate the month of February because I hate to say February. Because I never know if I should say February or I should just say February. Feb. It's not coming till Feb. And I'm not crazy about that. But oh well. And yeah, I know. We haven't built these yet. But we got the Enterprise ordered. April wanted it, so we got it. The other thing I got, and this was an expensive one, and you might be saying, Rob, weren't you just talking about that you had you were already kind of in the hole with what we owe? Yes, but luckily, okay, I'm still in the hole. Let's just be honest. I'm still in the hole, but I'm not as much as you would think. Because I got a birthday? I got a Christmas bonus, kind of, from my father. In fact, my father not only gave me a bonus, but he gave my wife a bonus. Kind of. It's Christmas, you know. And my dad, he's like, nah, screw it. Here, take some money. So I bought a thing. And this is I mean, look, there's going to be people that go, what a waste of money. I don't care. This thing is awesome. And I love it so much. I got the AirPods Max. Now, here's the thing. I did a lot of research. I've been doing research over the years. I really wanted these because they sound amazing. The noise canceling is freaking nuts. Okay? But the problem is, the Sonys, the XM6s, are really, really up there too. As in fact, I think they say that the XM6s are actually a little better when it comes to noise canceling, but these sound better. But every single review I've ever seen is basically, well, if it's really between the XM6s and the AirPods Max. It's real easy if you're an Apple user, though, because if you're an Apple user, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Get the AirPods Max and be happy. And guess what? I did. And guess what else? These were $150 off. From $550 down to $400. So almost the exact same price as the XM6s. It was a no-brainer. I bought them. And yeah, I'm still in a little bit of debt, but these are awesome. This stupid thing, though, this is dumb. But it's kind of cool. So, because you can kind of carry it around. But anyway, it's like a little weird thing. But yeah, these are great. the noise canceling on these is amazing, and I love them. They work great on my phone. They work great on my iPad. And guess what? They work great on my Apple TV. So when April's asleep, I can sit there and freaking jam out, either watching YouTube or Twitch or doing whatever on my AirPods. These are great. I love them oh so much. And if I ever go on flights, man, these are going to come in real handy. So that's my biggest Black Friday thing I've bought in years was this. But I mean, damn, right? That's a good deal. From $550 to $400. That's pretty nuts. So I got that. That's my biggest Black Friday thing probably ever. And you might say, oh, well, that's such a waste of money. Well, dude, you have no idea. You have no idea how much crap I've spent over the years that I didn't get any use of. I'm using these every single day. So I think they're worth it. So there you go. I was going to buy some noise canceling headphones, but I don't believe in cancel culture. I was going to buy some headphones, but then I remembered I don't use them. Well, I'll tell you this, okay? On the flight to Philadelphia, I used I have the AirPods Pros, the in-ear guys. They're really good, but they're not that good. Now, of course, I didn't have this for the flight, but I'm really excited for when I do need to take, because it's going to happen. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to have those, and it's going to be like, dude, they're awesome. And they sound so good, man. They sound so good. Your music sounds great. YouTube videos sound great. Movies sound great because of the spatial audio is awesome. So again, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm an Apple user. Those just make the most sense. And I've always wanted a good set of over-the-ear headphones. And I have my Sennheisers over there. But those were for when I made the movie. And I was doing sound editing and stuff like that. But they are not comfortable for everyday use. And they're wired. So it doesn't make as much sense. These are awesome. So there you go. So yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, Bucho. I know you don't like that. You don't like that, but I'm sorry. By the way, I just wanted to mention this. I don't know if you saw this. Sean Levy revealed the composer for Star Wars Starfighter, and he's so stoked. And he should be, because it's Thomas Newman. If you don't know who Thomas Newman is, he made, well, I think two of the best scores of the last 30 odd years. Thomas Newman did The Shawshank Redemption, which I think is a phenomenal score. A phenomenal score that fits the movie perfectly. Another one that is one of my favorite scores in the history of everything that's not John Williams is Finding Nemo. Thomas Newman is badass. So the fact that he's doing a Star Wars movie is music to my ears. I can't believe I just said that. But I did. It happened. Also, I just wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you guys care, but Quentin Tarantino ranks his top 20 favorite films of 21st century, from Black Hawk Down to Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. I thought this was fascinating. And guess who was number one? Ridley Scott with Black Hawk Down. Very, very, kind of fascinating. And he does a breakdown. I liked it when I first saw it, but I actually think it was so intense that it stopped working for me, and I didn't carry it with me the way that I should have. Since then, I've seen it a couple of times, not a bunch of times, but I think it's a masterwork. And one of the things I love so much about it is that this is the only movie that actually goes completely for an apocalypse now sense of purpose and visual effect and feeling, and I think it achieves it. It keeps up the intensity for 2 hours, 45 minutes, or whatever it is. And I watched it again recently. My heart was going through the entire runtime of the movie. It had me and never let me go, and I hadn't seen it in a while. The feat of direction is beyond extraordinary. I like that. Toy Story 3, I don't remember at all. I've seen it. I don't remember it. Lost in Translation, that's fine. I hadn't seen such a girly movie in a very long time. I hadn't seen such a girly movie like that be so well done. Dunkirk. Wow, just blew me away. There Will Be Blood. Now this one, look, for me, There Will Be Blood is one of the best movies. I mean, it's just really, really good. It's not a, hey, let's put in some popcorn and watch There Will Be Blood. It's not like that. But it is really good. It is a really good movie. So, yeah, I like that a lot. The fact that this is on the list, Zodiac, I've talked about Zodiac so many times. I love Zodiac so much that there is a story that I've been cooking up in my head for years. Years. I'm talking like 2001, 2002 is when I started coming up with this idea. And it's morphed and it's changed over the years. But Zodiac made me realize that who I need as my main character and who he needs to be. And you might be saying, well, what does that mean? It doesn't matter. Let me just tell you that Zodiac has inspired me in so many ways. I love that it's here. When I first watched Zodiac, I wasn't that into it. Then it started playing the movie channels. And first thing I knew, watching 20 minutes of it, 40 minutes of it, I realized this has a lot more engaging than I remember it being. And it kept grabbing me in different direction. So I decided to watch this GD thing again. And it was a whole different experience from that point on. I found myself every 6 or 7 years watching it again. It's a luxurious experience. I love that. A luxurious experience that I give myself over to. Mesmerizing masterwork. I couldn't agree more. Except I don't say the GD. Unstoppable. It's one of my favorite last movies of a director. Tony Scott's last movie. Seen it 4 times, and every time I see it, I like it more. I don't even remember the movie, honestly. To me, Tony Scott's my favorite Tony Scott movie. It's probably got to be True Romance, right? And then after that, maybe Top Gun, maybe Crimson Tide, maybe Days of Thunder. But for me, it's definitely True Romance. But anyway, Mad Max Fury Road, number 8. Shaun of the Dead's number 9. It's a great one. I love Edgar Wright. Number 10 is Midnight in Paris. Now, here's a movie that I've seen. And this is a movie that, man, when I first saw this movie, I fell in love with it immediately. And for some reason, I've never revisited it. But I get it. There's a lot of people with Woody Allen. I get it. I totally get it. But this movie is fantastic. It is such a good movie. Midnight in Paris is such a good one. 11, Battle Royale. I mean, I get it. But, Big Bad Wolves. Never seen this one. It's got a fantastic script and a similar storyline to Prisoners. Oh, so lighthearted. Yeah. They handle it with guts and balls. You know, the American movie wouldn't do that. Interesting. Kind of makes me want to see it. Jackass. I mean, this is an eclectic list of movies, and I really appreciate that. Yeah. The movie I laughed at the most in these last 20 years. That's a good one. School of Rock. This is weird because, this is as close to Bad News Bears as we ever got. That's an interesting way of putting that. The Passion of the Christ. Wow. I talked to Mel Gibson about this and he looked at me like I was an effing nut. So he was laughing a lot at the movie. That's crazy. Now, this is the one where I'm like, what? Here's the thing. I know that a lot of people have seen, what's his name in the middle? A lot of people have said that I look like him. The guy in the middle. I can't remember his name. But here's the weird thing. I hate this movie. In fact, I don't think I've seen a Rob Zombie movie that I actually like. I've just never really gotten into Rob Zombie at all. And I think I don't think he's a great musician either. I think his music is very surface level, and I don't vibe with Rob Zombie. So this is the only one where I'm like, I don't get it. Jordan, welcome, Jordan. How's it going? It's good to see you, man. Quentin's list is so interesting that I don't know if he's joking or if I should fear him. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Maybe both. Maybe he is joking, and maybe we should fear him. But honestly, I think he's not joking. This seems to me like it's Quentin. It's 100% Quentin. I haven't seen this movie either. Chocolate, a movie you probably never heard of. People getting effed up in the most spectacular ways. They trained this 12-year-old girl for 4 years to star in this movie. Some of the greatest kung fu fights I've ever seen. Okay, I'd never heard of this one. I need to put this one on the list. Moneyball. I mean, look, Moneyball is fantastic. It's such a good movie. Both of them, Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, are just, God, they're good in this movie. So good. So good. Yeah. One of my favorite star performances of the last 20 years. I love it. I love him saying that. Cabin Fever. I mean, Cabin Fever is really fun. Really fun. But wait a minute. This isn't what I'm thinking of. I don't think I've ever seen this one. What am I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever is not. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen this. There's Eli Roth is another one where I don't vibe with his way. It's just not my thing. Sid Haig. Thank you, Johnny Flip Switch. Sid Haig. Yeah, a lot of people were saying, man, you look a lot like Sid Haig. And I'm like, really? And then I go look it up and I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that. And then 20, this is another movie I've never seen. It's on my list. It's on my watch list. And the reason we haven't watched it is because she hasn't made time for it. But it's West Side Story, Steven Spielberg. Look, Steven Spielberg is a damn master. And I don't care if you like his movies or not. Technically, amazing movies. And most of the time, his stories are solid. Solid. By the way, I don't know if you heard this, but alongside, what do you call it? The Avengers trailer with Avatar. I saw on news today, and again, this might be a rumor, but they're saying that Steven Spielberg's UFO movie, UAP movie, the trailer will be on Avatar. So I'm very excited about that. We got 2 weeks. 2 weeks before that happens, so we'll be able to see. But I've seen the original West Side Story, but I've never seen the remake. Sorry it's so late, just got home from work. Hope everyone is doing well. Johnny, you never have to apologize. I'm just glad you're here. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about just being here and being present. And the fact that you're here at all just means a lot to me. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about hanging out and having a good time. So that's the news. I did want to, okay, really quick. I don't know why I didn't bring this up earlier. Why is this not clicking? Well, maybe, Rob, it's probably because you're using the Mac. But holy crap. Did you guys see this? Now, this is as of today, but $589 million for Zootopia 2 that came out on Wednesday. Oh my God. So in 6 days, it's made $589 million? Like, I like the movie a lot. I did not expect this. A lot of that, look at this. If you go down here, you can click on this and you go to, you click on China. For some reason, look at the Chinese weekend. For 3 days, $271 million just in China. Man, China got behind this movie in a big way. Almost half of the worldwide gross is in China. which is just nuts. But I said it. I said that this needs to be a movie that Disney says, okay, this movie did really well. Let's fast track 3 because I love these movies. So there you go. I just wanted to bring that up because that is just insane. I mean, 163 million is a great start for the first 6 days in the US, but the fact that $426 million worldwide, it's already in 6 days, it made more than what Wicked for Good has done in 2 weeks. That's crazy, man. You got Toy Story 5 coming. Yes. You've got the live action Moana coming. You've got freaking Avatar coming. And then you've got Avengers coming next year. Dude, I mean, you can look, I get it when people say, oh, Disney's evil or whatever. But man, they make movies that people want to see. So, Avengers Doomsday trailer, Odyssey 6-minute special look, and Steven's UFO movie trailer all in front of Avatar. It's literally the Super Bowl of movies at this point. Jordan, I'm so excited. And you know, the funny thing is that like April, my wife, she still hadn't seen the second one. She didn't like the first one. And I'm like, I've watched the first one many times. Regardless, I almost said irregardless. That's not a word. Regardless of what trailers are on it, I'm excited for the movie. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for that movie. But holy crap, they keep sweetening the deal. Now, here's the thing. I think the Odyssey 6-minute trailer, I think I saw that that's only going to be in IMAX screenings. I'm not seeing it in IMAX. Because I didn't want to, if I was just going to see it by myself, I was just like, I'll just watch it at my local Cinemark. So it's an XD. It's going to be the big screen, but it's not going to be in IMAX. And I'm not a big IMAX guy. I'd rather watch a movie in Dolby Cinema. But now I'm kind of like, here's the other thing. I've heard that in AMC, the Dolby Cinema is playing it in 3D with high frame rate. And I got to say, I really enjoyed Avatar 2 with high frame rate. It was good. And I didn't enjoy the high frame rate when I was watching The Hobbit because it's weird when you're watching people. But for some reason, when you're watching blue people, it works out really great. So I don't know. I have to do IMAX 3D for the Avatar movies, but I get you. Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm just not my IMAX theater is my local one. It's just the seats suck in comparison to Dolby Cinema. It's just the seats suck and the sound isn't as good. But anyway, I definitely smell Zootopia 3. Yeah, they need to be. They need to be making it quick. The merchandise sales are probably insane also. Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, the design of Judy and, well, Jason Bateman, the fox, Nick, they're so adorable. I love them so much. Like, I just think they're so damn cute. But it's like, they're really funny though, too. So it's like, it's just, to me, Zootopia is like the perfect. You know, like that's better than, for me, like, I don't give a crap about Shrek. Okay? Give me a Zootopia 3. I'll be there. But Shrek 5 or whatever they're on, I quit watching Shrek after 2. I didn't like Shrek. It's not my thing. Yeah, but it's Mike Myers and he's doing like a Scottish accent and it's got Eddie Murphy and it's like, I don't care, is what I'm saying. It's just not my thing. I don't like Shrek. So, I don't know. I love Zootopia, but damn, I cannot believe it made almost $600 million in 6 days. It's nuts. So, yeah, Moana. Look, here's the thing though. I really enjoyed the first Moana. I didn't see Moana 2. And the trailer for the live action looks really good. Like, I was like, well, okay, this girl got some pipes. You know what I'm saying? She can sing. So I don't know. Could be great. I still haven't seen Avatar 2 either, but Christian Harloff's episode this morning got me kind of hyped for the new one. Yeah, I saw his out of the theater reaction and was like, I'm telling you, man, if you're a fan of movies, James Cameron, there are very few people that do it better than James Cameron when it comes to action. That guy is an amazing director, and I'm really excited to see what it is. That's the secret to high frame rate. Less hobbits, more blue people. True. Absolutely true. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. I don't have any more news. We went through that. I mean, of course, the idea that we turned Stranger Things off. I'm telling you. Go watch the trailer for Dust Bunny. Comes out next week. I don't understand the trailer, but I'm fascinated by it. I am absolutely fascinated by this movie, and I might go see it. And the thing is, it keeps saying like from the monstrous mind of Brian Fuller. I'm like, who the hell is Brian Fuller? Who the hell is John F. Kennedy? Let's see. Brian Fuller. Okay, so he did Hannibal. He did let me see. Okay. He did Hannibal, Pushing Daisies, Dead Like Me, American Gods, and Wonderfalls? Star Trek Discovery, Mockingbird Lane, Queer for Fear. I don't know. I remember Pushing Daisies, though, because April liked that one. And I never saw Hannibal. But anyway, it's Brian Fuller. And I'm guessing it's... Let me see. It seems like... Okay, now it's making a little more sense. It seems that there was some allegations against Brian Fuller. And maybe that's why this movie is not getting a big push. This Dust Bunny. But I watched the trailer and I'm like, I don't know if this is a monster movie or an action movie. But it's got Mads Mikkelsen, Sigourney Weaver, and David Desmalchian. That sounds awesome. So, I don't know. I'm going to check it out. He's that guy with a monstrous mind. I mean, Glenn's butt. Hey, welcome. Have I seen you here before? I don't know. But welcome. I just feel we lost out on tons of other James Cameron movies because he focused on the Avatar movies all these years. I get what you're saying, Glenn. I get it. But I've always said that the goal of every filmmaker is to be able to make the movies you want to make. That's what every filmmaker wants. And if he wants to make Avatar movies, he should make Avatar movies. Now, he's been talking a lot about Terminator and Battle Angel Alita, or Alita Battle Angel, whatever your preference is, and other things. The Hiroshima movie, there's a lot of things that he's been talking about. It sounds to me like maybe after 3, I don't know. And he's also talking about it depends on how well Avatar 3 is received. It's not received as well. He may not make 4 and 5. That sounds to me like this could be wrapping some things up. So it makes me even more excited to see it. But it also makes me think that I kind of wish he hadn't said that. Because now it's kind of like, okay, so basically you're giving some people like a reason not to go see the movie because they want to. I don't think many people are going to hear that though. But here's the thing. I get what you're saying. I know that there's a lot of great stuff that he could be doing other than Avatar stuff. I on the other hand, I'm always for the creator, And if you can make your way into Hollywood and make yourself, probably he's got to be the highest on when it comes to box office of all time. 2 Avatar movies and Titanic. He's got to be the all-time most money director. It's terrible. You get what I'm saying, though. He's made the most money out of any director in the history of film. He should get to do what he wants to do. But I don't know. But again, all I know is I'm really excited for Fire and Ash. Like it looks awesome to me. I'll watch pretty much anything with Sigourney Weaver. Johnny, me too. And it's not like I've always thought she was odd looking, like she's one of those people that you go, well, she's obviously, she's an actress and she's, high dollar person. Like she's quality. She's an attractive lady, a handsome lady, you might say. She's not like your typical beautiful starlet, but she's a great actress and she's shown that she can act really, really well in so many different kinds of films. So I'm a fan. But yeah. And Vinny, welcome, sir. How are you? This is, in fact, not Minecraft. But yes, welcome. Matthew Walls, how's it going, sir? I'll be honest, I haven't been excited for a movie in the theaters in a while. Last movie I saw in theaters was Godzilla -1. That's one that I kept putting off until it was too late. But Matthew, man, theaters are like my church, man. I love going to the theater. I love going to see big movies, small movies. I love it. If I have time to do it, I want to go to the theater. So, I mean, I watched all kinds of small movies. Like I watched Strange Darling last year. That was one of the ones that kind of sticks out as like very low budget. I went and saw Seven Samurai with like 3 other people from 1954, on the big screen, in the 4K restoration and all that stuff. I love that stuff, man. And I love, I think for the 40th anniversary, which kind of hurts me to say, in February, which I also hate to say, the month of February, April and I are going to go watch Labyrinth in the theater for its 40th anniversary. So it's just one of those things. I love going to the theater, man. It's just my thing. Love it. He said if 3 isn't well received, he'll write a book for 4 tying up loose ends. See, I thought it just meant he was done. Which is crazy because like a whole bunch of 4 has been filmed and he once said that the script for 4 had 0 notes from Disney, much like this 3rd one. Oh, I didn't realize that, Jordan. That's interesting too. But here's the thing. I want James Cameron to do what he wants to do. And if he wants to make more Avatar movies, go for it. You want to make Terminator bunghole movie? Go for it. I don't know if you need to do that, but you get what I'm saying. Do the thing is what I say. Do the thing. If you want to do that, do it. But anyway, that about wraps it up. And it's kind of, you know what time it is. It's time to jump in the Discord. Time to jump in the Discord hangouts. And let me pull it up here. So here's the deal. This week is kind of a big thing because on Thursday, I get to go watch Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair on Thursday. So I will be doing a review Thursday night for Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. I don't know how different it's going to be. I've watched Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2, volumes 1 and 2. I've watched them both recently. In fact, I recently did some shorts to put them on the shelf. So I'm excited to see this movie again, but in a way that I've never seen before. So that's going to be fun. And then as far as I know, everything's pretty much back to normal. Doing the thing, So we'll see. And yes, Elway 2K, yes, the new season of Fallout comes out December 17th. I'm excited for that too. But then on the 18th, Avatar. So, anyway, you watch the Kill Bill Yuki's Revenge Fortnite short, Wild World We Live In Now. Oh, I know. I need to watch that. I haven't seen that yet. I hear the whole bloody deal has an added anime sequence and a bunch of deleted stuff. Yeah, and I know, as far as I know, the Crazy 88 scene in Kill Bill Volume 1 doesn't go into black and white. So that's going to be interesting. But I mean, it's not going to make or break the movie or whatever. But what I'm really interested in is how, because a lot of volume 1 ends with basically setting up what's going to happen in volume 2 or what's coming in volume 2. And I'm wondering how things will work. And there's going to be a 15-minute intermission. But we'll figure all that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So if you guys want to come hang out with me on the Discord, come on over. Come on over. Voice channel. I'm now in the voice channel. And I'm here alone to start. But yeah, if you want to come hang out, come hang out. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Next Tuesday. Same time, same place. 7 o'clock Central Time. Doing the thing. All right. Y'all have a great one. We'll see you next time. Bye.